I'm pretty sure this is the first video I've ever made with Taylor Swift as the focus for it, and that's because I just don't really have any strong feelings on her or her music. I don't know a whole lot about her, like, in her personal life or anything other than, like, all the breakups and stuff, but that's just not something I tune into super deeply. All I know is she's got some songs in her catalog I like to wiggle my finger to occasionally. Like, I don't dislike her music. I don't hate the songs that she's put out. There are a few boner jams in there. But the reason I'm talking about her today is because she has a new album that just came out, which I didn't even know was around the corner. But something is a bit awry. There's a disturbance out there because for the first time ever, I'm pretty sure, people are saying it's not good. Even her most loyal of fans are criticizing it. A feat I didn't even think was possible. It defies our very fundamental understanding of science. The Swifties vocally expressing disappointment, and not only in the album, but in the way in which Taylor Swift has gone about it. There is a lot of greed at play here that I would have never even imagined as like a money-making strategy. It's so fucking scummy. But Swifties have been well known to support any and everything Taylor Swift does at basically any price point imaginable. You could ask the moon, and they would happily fork over every single doubloon in their piggy bank for it. They would pay $5,000 to be in the same room that Taylor Swift farted in 5 years ago, and they would pay that with a big smile on their face, and go online to rave about the incredible experience being near like a smidgen of ass molecule that Taylor Swift shared the same air as this one room one time. Like, and yet, they are talking about how disappointing this is from Taylor. That's crazy to me. That has to be like an indicator for an impending apocalypse. Like, I bet if you correlate this with the Mayan calendar, we're going to find evidence to the end times right around the corner. It is shocking, to say the least. And since I brought up the end times, I want to tell you that the end of bad hygiene is here, thanks to our soap Cheeky. We've got a new scent available now. It's the Sunday Scaries. It's our vanilla scent, which is a scent that has been requested highly for like the last year, and it's finally here, so you can go to usecheeky.com and get yourself the best soap ever created. So naturally, before getting into like the greedy monetization model for this album, Life of a Showgirl, I'll go ahead and give you my opinion on the album, because I decided to take a little listen. I didn't hate it. Like, I'm gonna be honest, I don't know what all the hoopla is about. Like, it seems like just a very normal Taylor Swift album. Admittedly, there's nothing on there that jumped out at me as a classic that's going to be talked about as one of her finest pieces, you know, one of her top tracks or anything. But it wasn't nails on a chalkboard or anything. It didn't feel like it was just lazy throwaway garbage. Like, I didn't feel like I was listening to "You'll Cowards Don't Even Smoke Crack" or something. Like, it was just very simple. Not to throw shade at "You'll Cowards Don't Even Smoke Crack," of course, but the point is, it just felt like a really normal Taylor Swift album. It wasn't extraordinary, but I don't think it was nearly as bad as I'm hearing a lot of people say. The only track on here that actually did raise my eyebrow was "Wood," which is a song about Travis Kelce's wiener. It's about a little more than that, but that's kind of like the focus, is Travis Kelce's meat. Kind of lyrics that just make you go, ooh, instead of have you snapping your fingers. Forgive me, it sounds cocky, he amatized me. I actually had to look up what that was. It's apparently dickmatized instead of hypnotized, where you get fucked so good that you get hypnotized, apparently. At least according to fan interpretations of that line. There's a lot of layers to this onion, of course. It's very deep songwriting. And opened my eyes, redwood tree, it ain't hard to see, his love was the key that opened my thighs. Girls, I don't need to catch the bouquet to know a hard rock is on the way. Oh. Like, when I heard that for the first time, it brought out the same feeling as the first time I heard Riley Reid freestyle rap. It was just, it was visceral. These lyrics really do feel like something I myself would write as a joke for one of our songs, The Gentle Men. And who knows, maybe Taylor Swift is a fan of The Gentle Men and was inspired by our songwriting styles. Because, like, I could see myself writing some shit like that for a goofy track. You know, penis appointment, you know I'm on time. He's dunking his balls like MJ in his prime. Like, it really does sound like something I would have cooked up for sillies. But, I don't know, the way, the rest of the song, it kind of plays it pretty straight, like pretty serious. And it's just, I don't know. That, out of all the songs on the album, that's the only one where I was like, oh. But anyway, enough about the album itself. I think it is just like a very normal, generic Taylor Swift album. Do I think it's anything special? No. Do I think it's anything abhorrent and as awful as everyone else seems to think it is? Also no. But I did see a banger tweet that a buddy of mine sent me that I guess kind of sums it up nicely. I said Taylor Swift's new album sucks and I didn't even get a single death threat from a Swiftie. That's how bad it is. For those that don't know, since basically the beginning of Taylor Swift's career, anyone that speaks out saying like, I didn't really like that, they get dogpiled by Swifties with death threats, oftentimes racism. Like, the Swiftie online reputation has been pretty scary for a while, actually. And of course, it's not all Swifties, obviously, but it's enough to be kind of like a common thought, a stereotype for Swifties that has been around for a while, where if you say you don't like something about Taylor Swift or her album, get ready for some of the most colorful insults you'll ever read and a lot of death threats. So now, with the actual album itself out of the way, let's talk about how she monetized it, how she tried to squeeze more money from all of her fans, because it is egregious. I think this is probably why there are so few people coming to her defense here, because this is kind of indefensible. This is an article from a site called Defector that kind of broke it all down and gave like their review of it and talking about the monetization here and how greedy it is. So, upon announcing the album, Swift put up a vinyl for pre-order on her site, and then another, and then another. Before the album was even released, she had promoted and sold on her site 8 exclusive vinyl variants in different colors with different names, and 8 CDs and 1 sweater which comes with a CD. The vinyls cost $34, the CDs cost $20, the sweater CD cost $70, and one of those was a Target exclusive edition. Don't forget Target. The marketing scheme for each of these releases, which came one after another, was scarcity. They will sell out, you will never have another opportunity, hurry, show your love and devotion. And unsurprisingly, it was a very successful business model. She's apparently sold 2.7 million copies of the album in physical and digital. When she announced it on the New Heights podcast, she promised this album wouldn't have any bonus tracks. Historically, Swift has sold her fans the album and then asked them to buy it again to access extra songs. The Life of a Showgirl, she promised, was fully complete, but then on Saturday night, another countdown appeared on her website, and at the end of it, she announced 4 additional CDs of the same album that fans could buy. These versions cost $8 a piece, and each includes 2 exclusive acoustic versions of songs on the album. That means that in addition to the songs on the album, Swift also recorded 8 acoustic versions, but you can only hear them if you purchase each of the 4 CDs. You have to collect this shit like pieces of Exodia here to get the whole experience. It goes on to say she didn't lie technically. There are no new songs on the CDs, just an opportunity for her to make even more money. So the songs aren't new, but they're a different recording of the same song a different way. There's really no way of justifying that. The whole purpose is just to squeeze more money out of the audience because she knows they are going to lap it up 100%. And they are. Like, it is still making tons of money, even though it's not being received overly positive. Another thing they're putting her feet to the fire for is apparently using AI in this new album rollout. So it's pretty clear that this is big time money making mode here. This isn't really about the artistry of her craft or anything. It does seem like the whole goal here is to try and squeeze as much out of this album as she possibly can, with so many like additions and shit, even cutting corners on to use AI. Like, she has unfathomable wealth. There is just no excuse for not just hiring a real person, a real artist for that. The only reason she'd use AI is to save money, which is pretty crazy considering she's a fucking billionaire. Like, how are you gonna cheap out on this? It's so wacky to me. So it's hard to disagree with people expressing their sentiment that Taylor Swift is just selling out and is looking to just make as much money off this album as she can possibly squeeze without really caring about the art or the community that she's built. Just kind of throwing Swifties into the mud and just treating them like a useful piggy bank she can tap into whenever she wants for delivering very little to them. Like I said, it's hard to disagree with that because why the fuck are there so many versions of this? Why are you using AI? Like, there are just so many things that are clearly just here because it's greedy. And I'm actually pleasantly surprised to see even the most loyal of Swifties calling it out, saying, like, this is unacceptable. This is really disappointing from Taylor. I thought she had reached this point where she was literally infallible in some people's eyes. So it's good to see that there are things people won't stomach when it comes to her greed with this album. I think that's good. So hopefully there'll be a course correction here from her team, like with the way this has been handled. I don't know. Maybe. But anyway, I just kind of wanted to yap about it a little bit because this was pretty shocking to see that her album and her business acumen here being criticized by Swifties. So anyway, that's really about it. So yeah. I am filthy pig stink greasy right now, and I was just about to hop in the shower, get all clean and bathed with my cheeky soap, but as I was getting the towel, I had a memory hit my hippocampus like a Jimmy Neutron brain blast. Earlier today when I was streaming during a tournament, I saw a ton of people ask me for hours what I thought of Watch Mojo making fools of themselves. Like the Watch Mojo crash out is what they were saying. And when I saw it initially, I had to do like a triple take because I hadn't seen the name Watch Mojo in who knows how long. I'm telling you, 2026 is dusting off some fucking old school villain cameos here, like James Charles and now Watch Mojo. So I decided to pump the brakes on the whole hygiene thing so I could take a look at this before I lost the memory again forever, just have it fall into the void. And it is kind of wacky, so I do kind of want to yap about it because it's really goofy. And Watch Mojo is, again, a name that I think probably most of you haven't thought of in a long time. They were one of, like, the earliest corpo slop YouTube channels that capitalized off of, here's the 5 most terrifying Disney deaths. Here's the 8 most important lessons we learned from The Poop That Took a Pee, the musical. That kind of thing. It was just algorithm bait in the early-ish YouTube era that caught fire, blew up, and they became like a conglomerate. Nowadays, you never hear that name brought up, not even as an insult. It's just a forgotten relic of the first wave of corporatization of YouTube content. But they didn't close their doors and sail off into the sunset. They still are out there with a sad whimper, just petering through and still desperately clinging to their formula that doesn't really work anymore, but they're still just tooting out the slime goop that they always did. 13 times toothpicks appeared in Quentin Tarantino films, or top 10 moments AI made the internet mad, that kind of shit. And recently, they made a comment that everyone has been dunking on, and that's why Watch Mojo is being talked about right now, because people are making fun of them for their crash out.
Well, a YouTuber known as Voyan released a video called Watch Mojo's Downfall Should Be Celebrated. The video talks about how Watch Mojo was some of the first slop content on YouTube and has slowly decreased in views over the years. Not that their content was ever high quality, but it's definitely gotten a little bit worse.
A little bit worse? What are you smoking? Get off the crack pipe, Buster. Who doesn't want to look at the top 10 AI-generated songs? That's some heat right there. They're cooking. I think they're about to enter their golden age again. I got a hunch. Anyway, a YouTuber named Voyan made a video covering kind of just like the whole history of Watch Mojo, the time period in which it existed, where it was prominent, and also where it is today and how everything's kind of unraveled for them. Anyway, it is a video that is pretty harsh on Watch Mojo. And, well, they weren't about to take that on their bellies. They weren't just gonna bend over for them. So, they decided to fight back. And what battlefield did they choose for this pugilistic combat with a mean YouTube video about them? You guessed it, the YouTube comment section. They left a little piece of their mind down there, and it's pretty embarrassing. They opened strong by saying, "The day no one talks you is the day you are irrelevant, so thank you." They couldn't even get their first sentence coherent. The day no one talks you, huh? That seems like some shit that someone would rapidly type in a League of Legends solo queue game as they are melting down from inting. How do you even fuck that up? They are a company. This isn't just a guy. This is a company that's posting this, by the way. Okay, never heard of your channel, and I admit I didn't see the video, but a few points. Yeah, these are going to be really strong points. when you haven't even watched the fucking video you're responding to. What in tarnation? In 2006, when we first started, we were obviously a bit ahead of the curve. In 2012, when every channel was some vlogger sitting on the couch, we mastered our signature style, and many cried as it looked more like VH1, MTV, ESPN, and not what the vocal minority viewed as YouTube content, aka corporate brand shit. That was the complaint, that it felt soulless, that you were just delivering off of like, here's 5 games, okay, and there they are. That was the complaint. And it didn't look like VH1, MTV, or ESPN. It looked like just fucking montage of 5 things that you found on Reddit that you put into your top 5 games that have punching mechanics. That was what people were talking about there. The challenge in media is staying relevant, keeping your audience guessing, etc. There's what guesswork is there with a Watch Mojo list? What the fuck? Companies like BuzzFeed, Vice, Vox, and channels that inspired themselves by us, by their own admission, all came and went. We managed to both keep our OG fans happy and innovate. Is there such thing as a Watch Mojo fan? I feel like that's not real. That's just a fairy tale. That's like being a lobotomy enthusiast. I feel like Watch Mojo doesn't have fans. It has bots or has people that just had the YouTube running in the background and Watch Mojo came on through autoplay. Or 12 years ago, they saw the title 8 times that sci-fi movies used a whoopee cushion. Some shit like that. And then they stumbled across a Watch Mojo video. But I don't think there's people that are like actively salivating over the next Watch Mojo release. Like, I can't wait to see what AI generated song is popping this time around. Can't wait for Watch Mojo to deliver. If by downfall you mean being a survivor, having 100 plus FTEs who earn their living with us, then I will take it. How does Watch Mojo have 100 plus full-time employees? I'm assuming that's what FTE stands for. There's no way. That has to be a lie, or that is the most bloated company for the simplest dog shit ever. That has to be the easiest job on the planet. They're patting themselves on the back for still drooling out the lists, but it's not like they're doing well. That's kind of like one of the big points of the video they're responding to that they admit they haven't even watched. Like, they're hanging on in the same way that Blockbuster is. Like, yeah, there's still one left, but you wouldn't really call it, like, super healthy, but at least Blockbuster has its own charm to it. Watch Mojo has nothing. But they're over here like, any publicity is good publicity, you're talking about us, so how the fuck is that irrelevant? Checkmate. Also, this may be inside baseball, but you are aware that a VOD is YouTube 1.0, and the platform has evolved, right? I could break it down for you, but why bother? Hint, viewers are spending nearly an hour per watch session watching our content. We are, in the ways that matter, more pertinent than ever. Holy delusion. Yikes. As per Sound Mojo, again, think of 2012 when the vocal minority whined and then we got the last laugh. Then they sign off with a mic drop. Haters, envious, jealous people are fuel to our fire. The reply right under it had a big giggle out of me. It says, this is like the Ouija board speaking back. I thought that was a banger. Pretty stupid to respond to something they didn't even watch in the first place, and they just come across as like a bitter, delusional douchebag organization. What a dumb response. And again, they didn't watch the video, so they have like nothing to even like refute or even really dive in about. They just instead suck their own cock about like how long they've been around and how they were ahead of the curve. And actually, based on the data that matters, are more pertinent now than ever, which is just provably false. They are not. Unless they're going by like watch time metrics where they themselves are juicing it by auto-playing to bots or something, they are not as pertinent as ever. Anyone can look that up and see that that's just a full-blown lie. Maybe they're trying to like convince investors or something, I don't know, but it's not going to work on like sane people. It's just a really baffling decision because they didn't need to like respond to it or anything. And it's not like they're known for clapping back against people that make fun of him. It just feels so out of nowhere. So it is wacky, and I did want to yap about it because why? why do that? Maybe it is just like one person who has the password to the account that felt personally attacked by it. Maybe it's the owner. I don't know. But yeah, pretty silly. That's really about it. So, yeah.
This is some good presentation we got here.
Well, we want to be surprised too.
Yeah, this is exciting for us. Yeah. It's the Popeyes One Piece collab. People lining up all over the place trying to get their Szechuan sauce, gum blueberry blaster, or something in the Thousand Sunny Super Soaker, or whatever else.
Everything you just named is better than what they did, I think. Well, they did gum fruit lemonade. Yesterday we tried via Uber. And we had 3 drivers canceled. The third one called me and he was like, dude, this place is fucking nuts. Like, I've been waiting for 30 minutes. I got up to the front and they told me they don't have anything One Piece.
And they also have many videos showing the lines of people at Popeyes trying to get their hands on it, trying to get that treasure for themselves to sell it on Facebook Marketplace for $250.
$250 was the cheapest we found on Facebook.
Yep.
So then, get this. I messaged Uber yesterday because Popeyes doesn't do what they're supposed to do when you don't have the items. They don't cancel it on Uber. They do not cancel the order, so I have to, which means I still get charged. Yeah. So I reach out to Uber support. They were like, we got you, no problem. This morning, I tried again through Uber. Popeyes calls, we don't have the items. Won't cancel the order. I have to cancel. Uber goes, fuck you. You have to pay for it. They already started the order. I was like, here's where they said they don't have the items. And they were like, they made your meal. And I talked to 4 people at customer support. I paid for the goddamn thing. They won't take it back.
Really?
I am either going to sue them or charge it back. I'm not sure which yet, but I'm pissed.
Just do both.
Yeah,
that's
fuck
awesome.
Uber, fuck Popeyes, fuck everybody involved in this, except for One Piece.
That is crazy,
Yeah, let's pull it out.
Let's get in there.
So this is the Luffy Bento box.
Luffy Bento.
It is $14.99 plus tax. Mm-hmm. It comes with the mac and cheese.
Nice.
The chopper cupcake. Oh, Jesus.
But no, there's no actual box.
Well, there is.
We just don't have it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wait, is that the box?
I've seen... No, this is just Popeye's box. I've seen... There's the plastic bento box. And then I've seen they have this with, like, Luffy swirls on it. We don't get either of those.
No, they ran out.
So it's just 2 pieces of chicken.
Popeye's chicken.
Wow. Now, if you're sitting there going, man, I wish they had everything, I've got good news for you. Chelsea's walking in that door in a minute with another one.
Yeah.
Because did I send everybody to try to get them and forget to communicate when someone did? Yes.
But it's good because maybe she'll get the coveted Luffy Popeyes box.
Yes. We are shooting every shot we can.
And we can turn around and sell it for a huge 100 million berry bounty on Facebook.
We could just make $200 by flipping it real quick.
This makes sense though, because the one that was $250 was more the paper box. Mm-hmm. The ones I saw that were the actual plastic bento box were $500 plus.
Oh wow! That we could be in the big green pretty soon.
I don't like this.
Whatever they want on Facebook Market.
Yeah, it doesn't mean people are buying. That's true.
I know they are selling.
Yeah, that's fair.
The thing.
All right, so you get 2 pieces of chicken.
Well, you get 1 drum.
And 1 whole chicken.
1 whole piece.
That's crazy.
That's cool. This is Chopper. This is his leg, and this is
Chopper after his sensu beans.
After he takes one of the rumble balls.
And then they turned him into a cupcake. Is that, I haven't watched One Piece really, is a cupcake a significant item to Chopper?
No.
Oh, okay.
No,
not really.
Sure, right.
He's really sweet. Like, he's a sweet guy.
He's just sweet. Yeah, alright, let's try the chicken.
Are you going for the low one?
I'm gonna take a bite of the drum first,
Here,
I guess.
I'll go into this one. I guess this is just a Popeye's.
Can you grab some paper towels or something?
I'm gonna tell you something. I haven't had their drums, I don't think. Kinda good. That's pretty good.
I was about to say, I can't tell you the last time in my life I ate Popeye's chicken. That kind of slaps.
They go kind of crazy.
Because you gotta go when it opens to get the good stuff.
The fact that, how long of a drive was this?
Like 10 minutes.
Oh.
Well, there's one this Popeyes 2 here.
To
like
me, yeah.
30 minutes.
30 minutes.
Yeah.
That is still hot and crispy. Like
Yeah.
the crunch on that's insane.
Bro, this drum goes.
Popeye's gonna make some goddamn chicken, dude. I'm now excited they're bringing more. This is crazy.
I thought for sure this would be some mid-ass shit, like
Yep.
some actual forgettable garbage. It's going nuts. This is nice. You think they did it special for Luffy?
Probably not normally this good. Oh my. Let me break out this mac and cheese.
Yeah, let's get disappointed now that we're happy.
Did they give you a utensil?
This fork smells like mac and cheese. You're just gonna finish your drumstick? That's a good idea.
It's very good. I feel like I'm part of the crew. Is that good?
That's good.
Is it really? Wait a minute.
Oh my. Popeyes, you've done it again.
Didn't Popeyes win our chicken?
The chicken sandwich.
Yeah.
But they're
The bracket.
You might recall in season 1, this channel, when we did the normal chicken tenders tier list, they were F tier.
Oh, were they?
This chicken's not good.
It was fucking terrible. It was actually inedible.
Yeah, because I remember what we said was their nuggets too. Ass.
Terrible.
They did the sandwich and the tenders very differently, so the tenders were shit. I know this chicken is not exactly what this video is about, but it is unreal.
Mac and
Good
cheese.
mac and cheese too. It's well seasoned.
I'm gonna tell you something.
Tell it to them.
We don't have anything cool One Piece related, but damn it, it's a decent meal. That's a kind of a good meal.
Damn. Also, wait. Side note. I realized we did the new Whopper. We need to do new Burger King. I didn't realize they changed a bunch of their menu items.
What did they
You
change?
wouldn't believe what their nuggets look like. I'm gonna show you a picture, and you're gonna pass out.
Yeah.
Let me get it.
This had better be fucking good because that was a really hard sell on these chicken nuggets.
Are you like sponsored by Burger King? What's going on?
No, fuck Burger King.
Man, I'm really surprised by how good this meal is. Of all the collab meals we've had, this is the tastiest one.
See this picture?
You haven't even
Wait.
had any of the new stuff yet. You're just eating Popeyes.
But thank God it's Popeyes because the food's good. You might think you're looking at McDonald's nuggets. You're not.
Those Burger King?
That's Burger King's new nuggets.
Show Danny. He won't believe it.
It's McDonald's, but Burger King. It looks like McDonald's, don't even lie.
I thought they were going to be doing backflips or something. The way you were like, you'll
It's
never
a
believe
picture.
what these
We
nuggets
don't know
look
what
like.
they're doing.
They
It's
look
not a
like
video.
nuggets that exist already.
All right, shut up.
All right.
That's my word.
Power up with your devil fruit juice.
So what is the flavor?
Damn, that goes crazy too. They're really cooking over there.
Oh no, they need to put this at Swig.
Wait a minute.
What is the gum
Yeah,
gum
what-
flavor?
I don't know.
Nobody knows, but now we can't go in the ocean.
That was so good.
What is the? I'll do the research.
Yeah.
I'm looking at
No.
Okay.
You can't tell from flavor.
Not really.
Maybe
You
like
should-
a
You should try that though.
raspberry.
Yeah, it's some
Oh
kind.
no. Oh yeah. Blue raspberry, lemonade,
Blue
and
raspberry.
pineapple, blue raspberry, orange, and lemon.
They crushed that.
That's pretty good. Yeah.
That's juice, baby.
Yeah,
that's
that's
good.
That's very good. Man, I truly expected we'd be getting in here with like the fucking water poop fruit, like the diarrhea Magellan meal or something, but this is really good.
Well, you don't know yet. That might come later.
That might be this. They should treat it like the bean boozles they used to do with the jelly beans, where it's like you might get the gum
Oh,
fruit,
yeah.
you might get the poo fruit.
That's
like you
true.
don't know.
Everything's really impressive.
I
right now.
can't imagine I'm going to be impressed by this. This is where I think it all falls apart.
They're calling that a cupcake.
They are calling it a cupcake, and it kind of just looks like.
It's a lot of
Let me
just-
like pull some out here.
a lot of frosting. That's not bad.
Pink little cake, some sprinkles.
It doesn't look bad.
Does it give you the feeling of chopper?
It's not bad. It just
Yeah.
doesn't stand up to the hype of the other 3 items we had.
It's just very.
Great news, guys! We got the
One piece Popeye meal. Please tell me it came with the.
Is it in the bento box?
Please,
Everybody's eating
please.
it
I don't think it is.
No, it's not.
It's
Is that it? That is it. That is it.
It's got the fucking 1,000 Sunny Buns on the
That's right,
side.
Castle County. Shut up.
You fucking did it. Look at this.
Oh, he's got two. She's got two of them.
All right, now here's the best thing. Aaron already knew that other people had it. Chelsea already knew. Zach has no fucking idea that we have One Piece bento boxes. He's coming in all excited. Oh my.
Is the presentation different?
It is nicer. It's all in one. Luffy would like that. All right, now we can do the real review here. We got Luffy on the front.
Yes.
Popeye's X One Piece on the back. Not as good as all the cheeky anime collabs, which you can check at the link in the description. We got Solo Leveling, we got Chainsaw Man, we got Your Mother.
Damn right.
We got
that old broad in there. Trapped their
that
soul.
battle axe.
Trapped their soul in a bar of soap.
Sitting there going, please
Let me
you
out.
got rubber all over your butt.
You guys should make a prison realm bar.
What else we got in here that's different? I mean, I didn't get a drummy last time, so I'm gonna eat that.
Enjoy your drummy. It's good, right?
You hear that?
I do hear that.
Dude, Popeye goes crazy.
That was such a good crunch.
This is like the freshest stuff too. Like they were smiley. They made this chicken for you guys.
They were
I don't believe
so fresh at the one I went to that when I pulled up, I sat in the driveway for 5 minutes with
I
no
got
answer.
there 30 minutes early.
I went, hey. For like 5 minutes, and the woman was laughing and went, what?
Yeah, it's really good.
It's delicious.
I didn't know they had game like that. That is lethal swag.
I would say this is the worst thing in the collab.
And it's not even bad.
No, it's not. It's just unoffensive.
It was just mid. Which is crazy because like in any other collab, this would probably be the superstar because everything else is mid.
I completely agree. In all the other collabs we've had, this clears.
Yeah.
And it's,
The weakest
I guess
part here.
all we're naming in the collab though is the box and the lemonade.
Yeah.
Compared to Popeye's chicken and mac and cheese, all the collabs suck.
I am thoroughly impressed. I would say it's not worth waiting in like a 45-minute line.
No. What are you people doing that drives you to go wait in these
Scalping.
lines?
It's scalping.
They're selling them for $500 on
Yeah.
Facebook Marketplace.
Who's
Literally.
buying that? Like, what drives? Is somebody buying that?
Let's
Or
auction off the ones you guys ate out of.
We-
See how much we can get.
We should legitimately list these two like actual one-piece boxes
And
for
just
$250
see what
to
happens.
just to see if anyone bites. We don't have to sell it to
You
them.
should list the other ones who would be like the one piece meal was in this.
I ate a one-piece meal out of this.
That's a great idea.
Just for like 50.
All right, so we'll try listing them.
Yeah, try listing them. We'll let you know how that goes.
Dude, I know we keep saying it. That mac and cheese, that chicken,
Very good.
just unreal.
Very, very good.
I should stop eating it. All right, would you say this is the best anime collab we've had so far?
I think comfortably. I can't think of any other like even just general collab meal we've had that's this good.
The
Forget about the
sweetie sauce.
sweetie meal.
Oh,
yeah.
the sweetie.
The sweetie meal where like she sold you McDonald's food. Nothing new.
Well, she had the sauce, the sweetie and sour or
Yep.
something.
Wait, are these different colors?
That one's a little different. Yeah.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, awesome job, Popeyes.
Good
Keep
work.
It up.
Good
If
work.
If you're watching this Popeyes corporate and you want to do a Popeyes X Cheeky collab, you let us know.
Yeah,
we'll
you-
soap this up.
Damn right. I go crazy. All right.
We did it. We just got to turn the cameras back on when Zach walks in. I want his reaction.
It's in his hands!
No, it's Wawa.
Did you get the plastic pinto or no?
that is Popeyes.
No, they didn't give me the special
Oh,
one.
they gave him the non Luffy boxes.
Yeah.
So what happened, Zach, was I sent a bunch of people to Popeyes.
And then we
Not to tell
we have a
anybody when
bunch.
the others got to Popeyes.
Yeah.
But the good news, Zach. Look at all this.
We did get some loot. You're a big One Piece fan, right?
I am. I love one.
Your reward for getting that bento box is to see this bento box.
Actually,
Oh, he got the box too. Oh, did you get the box?
We'll let him have the one piece box.
Whoa! Shit.
We all got it.
No, not Aaron. This is what Aaron got.
They can tell far enough. They said you don't know.
No spoilers yet.
Fake fan.
How would you like a piece of chicken?
I got my own.
All right.
He was prepared.
Well, you'll be happy to know, Zach, the collab was great because the chicken and mac and cheese was good.
Extremely good.
The lemonade, delicious. The cupcake.
Don't. He has to watch the video. Don't tell
Oh,
him.
sorry.
Spoiling it.
Yeah.
I wonder how the cupcake was.
And we made almost $1,000 off the boxes.
Oh yeah. Well, and if we can get 50 for each of these, it's probably over.
Is there more, Popeye?
Chase, you're a big One Piece fan. How does this make you feel? 1 to 10.
7.
Awesome, dude.
nice.
That's a glowing
That's
review.
huge.
Oh, it says meet now, adventure later.
Nice.
All right, thanks, guys.
All right, it was good. I just saw Black Phone 2, so I'll give you a review of it, but as you can probably already guess from the title, it's expanding to a bigger topic of unnecessary sequels. This is now the third sequel film I have seen in just the last 4 months that is completely useless. That is just a blatant cash grab off of a successful one-and-done movie. The triforce of slumber that I'm talking about with these snoozers is Nobody 2, Megan 2, and now Black Phone 2. One thing all three of these have in common is they're not horrible. Like, they're not really bad movies, but it is just so clear when you see them that they had to reach deep into their ass and fiddle around with their colon to pull this poop out here to try and find a way to bring it back so that way they could guarantee some ticket sales. Because those movies, Nobody, Megan, Black Phone, were all pretty successful and well-liked. And, you know, if something is liked, it means it can be monetized thoroughly until you fucking hate it. So, Hollywood doesn't like to leave money on the table. They had to try and find ways to milk these properties for all they're worth. Get in there and start fucking tugging on those udders till they fall off. So now Black Phone 2 comes out. Just like Megan 2, it's kind of a completely different movie set in the universe. Megan 2 went from like a thriller to a goddamn like Spy Kids action movie. Black Phone, I actually just watched it again. Well, I don't even remember if I watched it the first time around, to be honest, because I didn't remember anything from it. But I just watched it literally an hour and a half before seeing the second one, so everything was super fresh. I think it's a really good movie. I'm guessing I just didn't watch it when it came out because I probably would have remembered it. I watched it today. I liked it a lot. It is a missing persons thriller. It's not really a horror movie, but it has like some supernatural elements that integrate like a little horror to it. But more so than anything, it is a missing person thriller where a kid is kidnapped by the grabber, whom they're trying to make a horror icon now, which I think is so fucking cringe, trying very hard to ham-fist him into, like, horror culture. But this kid is kidnapped by the grabber, as he has kidnapped other kids and killed them, and he is now trying to figure out ways to escape. And he's getting some phone calls on the phone, where he's being held captive, from the dead kids, his previous victims, that are giving him little breadcrumbs, little pieces of the puzzle on how he could possibly get out. It's a very cool movie. Black Phone 2, however, has nothing interesting like that. It's kind of like Diet Freddy Krueger meets a season of Stranger Things. Again, it's not bad, and there's some cool shots in here. I'm gonna get into spoilers. Here's your spoiler warning. That's out of the way. This one is much more of just a generic horror movie. Finn is no longer the main character. It's Gwen, which is fine. And I do appreciate that they don't just have Finn move on, you know, as if nothing happened to him. Like, he just doesn't go, you know, back to normal life, lickety-split. He is still struggling with all of the trauma that he experienced from the first film. I think that is a very good extension of his character. It's set 3 years after that. And Gwen is now getting these nightmares, these dreams, which she had in the first film. And these dreams have expanded into something far more sinister, where she's seeing these 3 kids that were brutally murdered at a camp that her mother just happened to work at. And she's also connecting to her mother through these dreams. And that's an interesting expansion of the character from the first Black Phone, the mother, who had the same abilities that Gwen had that apparently drove her mad and caused her to kill herself. And we get a lot more lore about her, which I do think is cool, but that's not the bulk of the film. The bulk of the film is, in order to try and solve the mystery of why she's dreaming of these 3 kids and what the mother's connection is, Finn, Gwen, and Robin's brother, Ernesto, they go to the camp to try and piece it together, and while there, the grabber starts infiltrating Gwen's dreams, and then it is fully, basically just Freddy Krueger, except a really incompetent version of Freddy Krueger. All of, like, the fear and the eeriness and anxiety that the grabber could cause in the first film, like all of the tension that would build every time the grabber was on screen, is just gone in this one. Now he's basically someone cosplaying Freddy Krueger. So every time Gwen sleeps, she's encountering these kids, which happen to be the grabber's first victims. And I hate this direction that sequels like to go, because again, they have to scrape the bottom of the barrel, because, well, the movies that sometimes they're making a sequel on were movies that were fucking fully closed off and benefited from some mystery, some unanswered questions. This one, of course, does what a lot of them like to do, try and flesh out the evil presence, when a big part of what made that presence so effective was not having those details about them. This movie fleshes him out a little bit. He worked at that camp with their mother, and also another character that is now working at the camp in the current day and age. His name is Mondo. And we learn that the grabber, he was nicknamed Wild Bill Hickok. So Bill killed 3 kids at the camp, hid their bodies, and now he's escaped hell and wants revenge, so he's going to kill Gwen to get back at Finn. And he also just wants to kill as many people as he can. Spoiler alert, he's very bad at killing people in this movie. He kills nobody at all. Despite having all that power and everything, basically what he does amounts to just picking people up and throwing them a little bit, or like choking them poorly. He swings his axe a few times, but he's like extremely terrible with his axe, so he doesn't kill anyone. He hurts somebody once, like he cuts Gwen's arm with his axe once, and then he just gets fucking blasted with a spirit blast that Gwen is able to use, because she eventually realizes that she's dreaming, which means she can start to influence these dreams. So then she gets like a huge force push on him. And this is why I say it gets a lot like Stranger Things, because now she's fighting him like that. It's just so much weaker than the first one, and it's so clear that this is a movie that was made solely because they knew people would go see it off of the goodwill the first one built up. Now, these dream sequences are shot very well. I actually love the style where they make it all grainy and foggy, where it does feel very ethereal, and it's got like this really ominous noise going on. Like, I do like the way they distinguish, reality from the dream on screen. I think it looks cool. And I know this is directed by the same guy, so it makes sense, but it very much reminded me of those scenes from Sinister where he's looking at the tapes. Like, it was, an eerie feel to what you were seeing. But I think it was just so undercut by having Gwen be like, you fart-knocking, shit-biscuit, fucking dweeb, loser pussy, as she's like, battling the grabber in the dreams. I don't know. I don't think it worked very well. Now, I think that's a fine extension of Gwen's character from the first film, because she said that same kind of shit in the first one, but she wasn't doing, like, psychic battles with a demon in the first movie. Here, it just feels so goofy. Like, almost that the grabber's not even, like, a scary presence to them either. The way that she, and really everyone, is able to just, like, overpower him so easily. And also, there's, like, 2 other characters in here, Barb, and I already forgot the dude's name, but Barb and this other guy are also working at the camp. And the grabber, while he may appear in Gwen's dreams, he is just there in reality, too. He's invisible. And he's skating around the ice, and he, like, hits them with an axe and kind of, like, fucks with them a little bit, but he can't even kill them, who don't even know where he is or anything. Like, even the people that can't see him are able to just blast him. Like, Finn eventually gets the upper hand on him while completely invisible. Finn cannot see him, and Finn is just bashing his skull into the ice. And everyone's just, like, mocking him and insulting him, like, oh, Bill, yeah, you're going right back to hell. It just makes him feel like almost a joke, Like, he doesn't feel scary or anything. That everything in the first film that was built up for this guy, all of the mystery and how fucked up he was and how unnerving all of it was, when Finn does kill him in that movie, it felt like such a crazy triumph, that all the pieces came together with everything that the kids on the phone were telling him, all of it he had to use to beat this guy. In this movie, all it took was Gwen realizing that she's in a dream, she can start to control things, so she fucking ragdolls this guy. And then Finn, once he sees where he is on the ice because he got tripped, Finn just goes over and just absolutely just slaughters him easily. Which, granted, that was a core piece of what they were doing, is trying to free the souls of those 3 children that were the victims of the grabber that their bodies were never found. By freeing them, it would take away some of his power, so it made him more vulnerable. But a couple of things here. One, he was already being overpowered, in the kitchen where he was going to, burn Gwen to death. 2 people were able to just rip Gwen away from the grabber, and then he just vanishes after she wakes up. And 2, when she falls asleep and it spawns the grabber, he is present in the physical reality. That is clearly established, especially at the end of the movie where all the other characters can see where he is skating because it is leaving marks. And then, of course, he hits him with the axe, even drags that guy around with the axe. He is there in the physical world once she falls asleep. Why would he even let them get near that lake? All he would have to do is the second she falls asleep, he would then go and just kill everybody else so they can't even investigate the lake to find the bodies and take away his power. I don't know why he wouldn't just do that. Instead, he would rather monologue to Gwen and show her the truth about her mother. Instead of... And he did make a point of saying you're trying to take my power, which gives me every right to defend it. He does defend it, but only after they are uncovering a body. Even though he clearly wants to defend it, but has done nothing to do so until it's way too late. I don't really get why he wouldn't just stop them from ever getting to the lake in the first place. It's not like Gwen kept him at bay or anything. When she would fall asleep, that is when he would spawn in. It summons the grabber. And he is there in the physical reality, just invisible. He could have just killed everybody before they ever even got to the lake while invisible. It just seems to me like he's pretty shitty at what he was trying to do. But I just really feel like everything that made Black Phone 1 good, everything that worked really well for Black Phone 1, is just abandoned in the sequel. But it's not a bad movie. It is still an entertaining film. I think there are going to be a lot of people that go to this and enjoy it. I'm not really one of them. I think it's fine, but after seeing Black Phone 1 literally an hour and a half before this one, it is just night and day in terms of quality of these films. Anyway, though, I really hope this trend of forcing a sequel to movies that don't really have a lot of wiggle room for it, I hope that trend starts to dwindle soon, because I'm pretty tired of it now. This is the 3rd one in only 4 months. Anyway, that's really about it. See ya. I'm not much of a sports guy anymore. The only sport I keep up with these days is professional slapping, but that being said, I still keep my finger to the pulse of any new sports on the come up, and recently I was made aware of one for a farting competition, trying to really take over the sports scene and explode the same way slapping has, but this time exploding from the asshole of some very brave men who aren't afraid to go up on stage and fart in front of a crowd. At least, that's what the idea was. In India last week, there was a big farting tournament that was held, and it was hyped up over the course of a month. This was going to be the Super Bowls of farting, the fucking super bowels. It was supposed to be a lot of people show up, a lot of people go on stage, and play some sweet ass music for the crowd to enjoy. Just some thunderous tones for the whole crowd to clap to, little golf claps, and get excited about some farts. But what ended up happening is none of the 3 contestants that participated were able to produce even the slightest semblance of flatulence. Even my pathetic, embarrassing, laughably bad, emasculating baby bitch boy farts, the near silent farts I produced that sound like a hamster drawing its last breath in a library, would have won this competition, because there were no farts. These ass athletes showed up but forgot to bring their A game, and the A stands for asshole. These buttholes were clean. They were coming in here with an empty colon. That shit wasn't loaded at all. They weren't locked and loaded and ready for action. They were shooting blanks. They weren't even shooting blanks. That'd be a compliment. Nothing happened. I'm going to show you some clips from a vlog I found of it. They go up there and just stand with their ass facing these 3 microphones that are all pointed at their chocolate starfish. It's very disappointing. I can't even find the right words to express my disappointment when watching this, so just keep that in mind. It's not going to be very satisfying.
हेलो आपको 60 सेकंड्स यूजुअली दिए जाएंगे
So this is the first contestant, and it really sets the tone for the rest of the farting tournament. No one is even trying. He's clearly not taking it seriously. If you're going to participate in a farting tournament, commit. Go up there, and if you don't have to fart, then fucking force yourself to shit your pants. I don't care if you straight dookie everywhere and blast it into the microphone. Get some volume to your fart. Go up there and do more than just stand there, because that is the ultimate shame. Like, honestly, when I was reading about this before the tournament happened, I would have expected this man to go up there and just like a fucking anime character going Super Saiyan, screaming, veins popping out of his forehead and arms, biceps bulging. Then all of a sudden, he fucking blasts a fart out that rocks the entire stage. All those sponsors that are right there behind him on that wall, the whole fucking wall would have blown over. They even have a fucking decibel meter there to measure the sound, which doesn't get put to use here at all. It doesn't get any exercise. What should have happened is someone goes up there ready to blow some ass that puts like an infinity sign on the decibel meter.
गाइस देखिए फाट करवाने के लिए क्या क्या किया जा रहा है.
He even calls in for backup with his farting coach, who decides maybe turn him around because he might be fart shy, and even that doesn't work. He just ends up turned around standing in silence like out of the Blair Witch movie where everyone's too afraid to turn around and look at the Blair Witch behind him. On paper, it's a good idea. Hey, maybe his asshole muscles are just clenching up out of, nervousness in front of a crowd. Let's try turning him around and maybe it'll work. But it didn't. He still doesn't fart, and then he shuffles his way off stage getting laughed at.
No. Anyone else wants? Okay. So सिर्फ खाली दो.
And that's the last contestant that participates in the tournament. I was expecting a huge tournament. I thought the turnout was going to be massive. Fucking selling out a massive stadium, but it was really only like 25, 30, 50 people maybe. I even considered flying down there for it. I thought this was going to be a huge deal. This is my kind of sport, but luckily I decided not to. Plus I'm fucking terrified of flying anyway. But you know what I'm saying. This was supposed to be a big deal, and this is what we get? This sad little non-existent wet fart of a tournament? Like, come on now. At least if you can't fart and you have the dignity or the shamelessness to walk up on stage like you're going to fart to get everyone hype, at least surprise us. You might not fart, but maybe piss your pants. Like, hey, I didn't expect that. It's not a fart, but I can't exactly be mad because you're up there making an effort. I could give that an applause and maybe you would have won the tournament. But here they elected that there were no winners because nobody farted, so they're going to have to redo the entire tournament and hopefully get some actual ass athletes out there. So here's hoping the next time around the farting circuit can really make a big show and put on a nice, really impressive performance from the rectum. But anyway, I just wanted to make you all aware that the farting tournament is a sport on the come up, and hopefully we'll see more of it in the future, much more exhilarating and more action-packed than this one. That's it. See ya. What do you think is the most clowned upon profession in the world? Or rather, I guess to phrase it a better way, what job do you think commands the least amount of respect? Telemarketer, perhaps? Streamer, maybe? What about game journalist? I feel like over the last decade and some change, there are few jobs that are as much of a spitball magnet as game journalism. The reputation has basically been flushed down the shitter. It's basically just soiled toilet paper at this point. People have more respect for a fucking fart inspector than they do for game journalism. But, that being said, the beauty of having so many people all giving their thoughts on games means that you can always find someone whose tastes align with yours. Even if you have absolute dog shit tastes, you bet your sweet bippy there's a game journalist out there with that same mutation, that same abominable palate, and then you can follow their reviews to help make an educated decision on what you want to spend your money on. I'm a big proponent of more information is always better when it comes to purchasing. Shit is expensive. So I think there is still value in reviews, but what's become far more standard now is people will just watch a streamer or a video on YouTube, a let's play of a game that they might be interested, so they could watch the gameplay for themselves and make their own educated decision based on what they're seeing. Anyway, the reason why I'm yapping about game journalism again is because a big, spicy story just broke in regards to a huge player in the space that I think a lot of you are probably familiar with, Video Gamer. Yeah, the one that's been around for fucking 2 decades, that Video Gamer. Well, it turns out the cat's been let out of the bag. They have been vomiting out AI-generated reviews after firing much of their human staff and have AI role-playing as game journalists. So, some of the reviews you've seen from Video Gamer aren't actually from a human being that used the product. Like their Resident Evil Requiem review is actually all AI mumbo-jumbo. It's riddled with the classic M-dashes that AI has become obsessed with. It's like fucking heroin to AI. And because the game was so new, it didn't have other reviews to steal from. It had to resort to just vomiting out information from the early previews and early information. Oh, also, if you're wondering if there was a disclosure from Video Gamer informing their readers that what they were digesting was actually hollow AI nothing burgers, then rest assured the answer to that is a resounding fuck no. At the bottom, apparently they had this: "You can trust Video Gamer. Our team of gaming experts spend hours testing and reviewing the latest games to ensure you're reading the most comprehensive guide possible. Rest assured, all imagery and advice is unique and original. Check out how we test and review games here." And the author who's credited with that Resident Evil review is, of course, the legendary Brian Marigold, whom all of us probably still have posters in our room of. They try and play this off like it's a real human being, by the way. Brian Marigold is not flesh and blood. He's AI and cringe, but they still give him a whole lore breakdown here like he's a fucking League of Legends champion. And they try and make him sound really badass like he's the Max Payne of gaming journalists. It's so unbelievably pathetic. Brian Marigold once saved 5 children from a burning orphanage and still had time to level up his battle pass and complete his gacha game dailies. He is an ultimate video gamer with enthusiasm and clarity in his writing that rivals even God himself. It's... oh my lord. I don't know how they thought no one would notice this. Now, I know I'm a little tardy to the party on this, and I talked about it a little bit on stream, but I didn't realize just how hog wild they were going with this AI game journalist thing that they're doing. Now, as I said at the beginning of the video, game journalism is an industry that people make fun of constantly. I've made tons of jokes about game journalism. It's not exactly a field that has people taking their hats off and saluting them. No one's treating game journalists like firefighters, like they're fucking heroes or anything like that. But even still, this sucks. This blows major butt. This is not a good direction for things to be going, because it starts with game journalism, then it'll be other journalism, then it'll be everything you consume is AI generated. And in the case of reviews specifically, this is fucking awful, because there are people that do rely on like reviews about the purchases they are potentially going to make. So if they're getting fed slop from Video Gamer that's AI generated, then they're receiving fraudulent information, not a review, which is completely worthless and potentially damaging. So like, take for example, a product. Let's expand this beyond games, right? If every product you see out there doesn't have real human reviews and it's all AI generated with AI pretending it was a human that used it and giving it, 5 stars out the wazoo, how are you supposed to know if it's a piece of shit, right? You'd have to like look up maybe a YouTuber or a streamer and hope that you find something there for each product. If every review is AI generated, you're not getting any real information or any real insight from a human being. Thus, it's completely useless to you. It's not actually even analyzing the product. It never had the product. It can never use the product. So you're getting phony baloney garbage, which is terrible because, again, I think it is valuable that people have as much information as possible when it comes to the products that they might be spending a lot of money on, like in the case of a $70 video game. So now the question needs to be asked, what happened to Video Gamer that got us to this point? And the answer is a tried and true story, song and dance we've seen a million times before. They were acquired by an agency. That agency's name is Clickout Media. More like Dick Out Media, because all they did was put their dick down the throats of multiple staff members that they decided to lay off and allegedly not pay. According to some of the laid off staff, the company still owes them money, and that last year the new owner began to load the site with AI written stories about casinos, which is just amazing, by the way, because that's exactly what puts a smile on my face, having AI try and prod me into gambling. Charles, do you want infinite money? Basically headache free? Have you heard of slot machines? Check out our review on this new Emotep themed slot machine right now that people are saying is basically free money you can't lose. That sounds super cool. Thank you, Video Gamer. Oh, whoopsie-daisy, I misremembered. That disclaimer about trusting Video Gamer because they have a team of, like, real human beings that test the fuck out of it and it's all unique and original, that notice wasn't at the bottom of the articles, it was actually at the top. But anyway, we already covered Brian Marigold, how he's not actually a real human being. He is a confirmed AI-generated puppet for Video Gamer that just spits out uselessness. But, let's not forget, Brian Marigold is an experienced iGaming and sports betting analyst and a lifelong gamer at heart who actually has seen active combat. He's responsible for over 500 confirmed kills. Brian Marigold kind of does it all. We know that. But he's not the only one. They have a bunch of AI-generated authors there on Video Gamer that they pretend are real people, such as Callum Mercer. Now, in the case of the AI-generated Resident Evil Requiem review, initially it was on Metacritic contributing to the overall score of the game, but then Metacritic was made aware that it was AI-generated, so as a result, they've now severed ties with Video Gamer. Now, Clickout Media describes itself as a PR and marketing agency, but has a history of acquiring gaming and tech sites, including Techopedia, Adventure Gamers, and firing staff and replacing them with seemingly automated content around casinos and crypto. Weird. What? Why would they be using AI to promote crypto and casinos? I just don't really get it. That's so odd. Are you telling me Clickout Media isn't by gamers for gamers? No, come on. If you can't trust Video Gamer, who can you trust? They even say it right there on their site on every article that you can trust them. What, are they lying? I doubt it. No way. There's no way. Grasping at straws, I say. There's a bunch of fucking fiddlesticks, I'm sure. Now, this next section is fascinating because it looks into Clickout Media, and I gotta tell ya, they look real fishy. Clickout Media's name rarely appears on the sites it acquires, and previous reports have accused the organization of parasitic SEO by buying domains with high reputations to use them to push crypto and casino content. Other reports have suggested that a conglomerate involving Clickout Media has links to offshore crypto and poker sites. Now that is quite a nefarious scheme. That is having your cake, eating it too, and then fucking the cake. So they're accused of buying these domains, very popular ones like Video Gamer, who a lot of people know, and then kind of just draining them to make them like a shell of their former self in order to push crypto and casino content while also being in bed with crypto and poker sites. So they get to benefit greatly from that. The traffic that they drive to those sites that they're reviewing. Like on Video Gamer, the casino reviews, I'm sure you can trust. Video Gamer says you can. Pretty interesting. Their sites are monetized through links to online casino sites. In recent months, Clickout Media has bought multiple cryptocurrency news sites, poker news sites, and tech news sites, in each case turning them into AI-powered sites creating content around cryptocurrencies and casinos. Press Gazette attempted to contact Clickout Media by available email addresses and via a form on its website, but has heard nothing. Patrick Garrett, editor-in-chief of Future's B2B game industry newsletter Knowledge, said this is not an isolated incident. He told Press Gazette, "As in all media, the current watchword is survivability. Precarity in the environment has been steadily worsening for years, and generative AI, as evidenced by the Video Gamer announcement, is becoming too tempting for some to ignore in the name of efficiency. This downscaling of staff in the game media is widespread, and we've seen several large American operations hit hard in recent years." Which, I think everyone has seen the writing on the walls. People for the last couple years have been talking about how AI will inevitably be replacing tons and tons and tons of jobs. It's not exactly a wonderful future when down the line things like reviews might be AI generated, dominated by bots. A lot of the things you see online are already fully dominated by bots. A lot of what you see is completely fake, made up barnacles. A lot of it is AI generated. And now we are seeing that journalism is looking to be next on the chopping block as corporations are maybe looking to phase out journalists in favor of the cheaper, more efficient AI that can immediately get an article out based on other articles out there that it just fucking steals from. We are entering into an era where a lot of what you interact with on the cyberspace is going to be fake, not real, not human-made content, just AI-produced slop for your eyes to be glued to the screen and nothing else. We're seeing the shift. It's getting pretty crazy. And I just kind of wanted to yap about this one a bit because this is probably one of the bigger publications I've seen being openly caught red-handed, just replacing game journalists with AI drivel and also completely changing the entire site to be more about, I guess, gambling and casino content from AI-generated reviews, pushing and hawking that kind of shit, I suppose. It seems very out of control based on all this available evidence, and I just wanted to talk about it a bit. That's it. See ya. I know I've made quite a few videos covering these degenerate streamers that go live while streaming and then crash their vehicle, and I'm gonna keep doing it because I think they need to be clowned on endlessly, and I really think they need to be permabanned from the platforms in which they are broadcasting this deliberately dangerous action that is jeopardizing not only their lives, but the lives of all the innocent people around them on the road. Now this one basically fills out an entire fucking bingo sheet of these degenerate losers. There's nobody typing in his chat. He is broadcasting this garbage to actually nobody, just crickets. There is one person that's not like a bot or a mod there that said a word probably like 15 minutes ago that's still on screen, and yet he is still too focused on streaming to pay attention to the road. He stops at the red light momentarily and then says, fuck it, we'll do it live. Goes forward and then basically T-bones a car that's coming through. He runs a red light, blatantly filming his crime. Also, this corny bozo's got such a dog shit stream overlay, I can't help but laugh at it. He's got his kick name as a watermark in the top left of his stream, which has a logo, which is just two fingers doing this, which is something a 12-year-old might think was cool and edgy. And then on the top right, he has Plinko. Now, I don't know if he's trying to, like, promote some kind of gambling partner, but I find that hard to believe because he's not a very big streamer. I don't think he'd have, like, a contract to try and promote Plinko on stake or something like that because he wouldn't be driving a lot of traffic there. No pun intended, because this guy can't drive for shit, clearly. But I imagine that he's probably not actually contracted to do that, so maybe he's trying to fish for referrals to get himself out of the hole, maybe? Or maybe it's like Plinko as some kind of community building thing where, like, his chat plays Plinko with imaginary points, fucking Monopoly money. I don't know, but I just found that overlay to be extremely silly. And imagine it is actually like a community thing where it's not real money or something. I don't know why he'd have that there. There is no community. Like, it doesn't seem like there's anyone alive in chat with a pulse, so who would be playing that? It'd just be him dropping his Plinko ball by himself, just sad and lonely every time.
Oh my god.
Astute observers may have noticed something anomalous in the chat there. This is right after a crash, a car crash, and chat didn't move. Not a single message, not a peep. Typically, in even the smallest of streams, when something happens, literally anything stimulating, even fucking jingling keys, you'll have people going, oh, wow, 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 look at the wow, wow, wow. Here, nothing. There is literally no one here. It's fucking tumbleweed in this guy's chat rolling through. He gets in a car accident and still not a single message comes across. So there is nobody there. Not his mods, not someone that had this open in the background by accident. Maybe there might be a few viewers that fell asleep. It's probably botted, would be my guess. Why are you even streaming while driving in the first place? Nobody's even fucking watching, brother. This is so unbelievably embarrassing that you jeopardized not only your life, but the life of an innocent person who did nothing wrong, obeying the road rules, and you come out, run the red light, and fucking blast them. I can only pray that they didn't suffer any injuries at your absolute brain-dead lobotomite ass getting behind the wheel while trying to stream to an audience of nobody.
Oh my god, what happened, bro? Oh my god, bro. How the fuck that happened?
I'm fucking dumb, bro. I got him. I clipped him. I didn't know where I was. I just fucking went straight.
Damn, bro. Let me get off.
It's all good, bro. It's my fault, bro. I told you. Sometimes I was chasing you, bro. I was trying to fucking go.
What's up?
This my homie Vito, bro.
Yeah.
Turn off the stream, dude. I don't want to come out in no video.
Oh, I can't turn it off. It's my job, but I won't have you on that stream.
Good news, another Kick streamer arrives at the scene to try and milk this for as much content as he can now, so he can put his mouth on the nipple here and suckle from the titty. He is now broadcasting from his perspective here. He knows the guy that got into the wreck, and he was doing LA night crawls and got word about this, so he pulls up here. The guy that you see walking with the guy who immediately owned up to it being his fault is the victim that was hit. So it seems like not overly injured. He's walking around, which is good to see. He requests not to be put on stream, asking, can you turn it off? He's like, nope, can't do that. It's my job. What a saint. Rest assured, this is great news. This is like, fucking Superman arriving at the scene now. We can all breathe easy and celebrate. Another Kick streamer is here to make sure that nothing of value gets done here. And instead, just make sure to turn everything into content. So this poor dude, who was just minding his business, driving, who got blasted by another Kick streamer who was busy streaming, is now, unfortunately, being forced onto another Kick stream. And this guy lingers the entire time, even when the cops show up. He is still filming the victim here, even though he did request, please don't.
How did he clip him, bro? He needs to turn on his hazard lights or something, bro. I don't know, this is the entrance, so it's all good. God damn, dog.
This is the vehicle he clipped here. It's fucking totaled. This thing got clobbered. Now, it seems like one of the headlights is out here, and I went back to watch the initial impact to see if it was out at the time of impact. It seems like it might have been, but there's only like a single frame where I could find it, and it's a little hard to tell, but I think it might have been. I don't think that would have changed anything because this guy blatantly ran a red light and he has video evidence of it. He filmed himself running the red light and does openly admit to it being his fault, which I certainly wasn't expecting. I thought for sure he'd cross his arms and be like, nope, wasn't me. Why'd you hit my car? What were you doing? Huh? Couldn't help but notice you were missing a headlight. You just came out of nowhere and fucking annihilated me. That was on you. I thought for sure there'd be something like that and him trying to bury the video or something, but no, he did assume responsibility at the scene of the crash.
You know what's fucked up? You can't see the red, so I can't see if it's red, yellow, green. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I kind of saw it through the screen, but yeah, I know what you mean.
I can't see the light on the other side, bro. I didn't even know there was a light. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Buster, if you can't see that this is red, you should not be behind the wheel of a car ever again. Period. It couldn't be made any more explicitly clear. Like, Jesus Christ, does God need to put an invisible wall here like a video game developer to keep you out? Like, how can you not tell that this is red? Also, he starts coming to a stop. He comes to like a pseudo stop and then decides to go through. If you didn't know it was red, why did you start stopping in the first place, buddy? What are you talking about? Then he had the gall to say he didn't even know there was a light there? Are you driving with your eyes closed or something? Like, what are you doing? Letting the force try and, like, guide you around or something? What do you mean you didn't know there was a light there? Are you even lucid? Like, what, do you pop fucking 50 perks or something then drive? How would you not know there was a light there? Also, you were coming to a stop. You had to know there was something in front of you. What was making you put your foot on the brake? That is like the worst possible excuse when you have video evidence that you yourself recorded to the contrary. I think what happened is when he was slowing down at the red light, he was probably too distracted looking at his stream. He did say when he walked over to the other guy that showed up that he was trying to catch him. I think he was probably watching that guy's stream in the car and wanted to get to him quicker so he wouldn't be left in the dust or something. So then he decided, fuck it, I don't see anyone else coming right now. I'm just going to run this red light without actually doing a full survey, and then just ran the fucking red light and then clipped this guy. Now, driving with a headlight out is dangerous, obviously. But I don't think that was a contributing factor to what happened here. He was unfortunately subjected to the natural disaster of a fucking kick streamer behind the wheel of a vehicle. That's like a terrorist attack. When you have a kick streamer streaming in a car, you best stay inside. Because that is a disaster waiting to happen. This shit seems to be happening every week now.
So dumb. I thought it was just a left turn.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're just waiting for a tow truck now?
I'm about to be here right now, bro.
Yeah. I was doing calls and I got this alert on Citizen, so we came to check it out and it was your car.
It was me?
JFO says the clip clearly shows 3 red lights.
I'm on it, fool.
10 minutes ago.
Follow me up.
A grim, sickening look into the poisoned mind of a clout goblin, using what could have been fatal accident as a plug for his content. Yep. Luckily, no one died here. Very easily, they could have. That guy's car was in terrible shape. It got absolutely obliterated. It is a miracle that he wasn't, like, actually seriously injured. And he, the streamer himself, also could have died, too. But at the end of the day, since no one died, there's no one being buried. That's just fucking content, baby. Send it. So he starts plugging his shit. Just so despicably shameless. I really think that there's got to be some kind of crackdown on this type of shit, right? Like, it is just completely out of control. It is happening all the time with these degenerate streamers streaming while driving and inevitably crashing. Like, come on. It's so absurd now. Like, I really think when something like this happens, I think they should lose their license. Like, I think this guy should not be driving again. Full stop. Like, he can't be trusted behind the wheel of a car. Like, I think that's what I've learned. But anyway, just had to make fun of this asshole here. These driving streams, it's getting scary out there. That's really about it. See ya. Do you have an arcade machine that plays all the consoles and arcade games in one place? In one package? No. I was actually just talking to my friends, though. What I'd really love is just like this black box where it can just play every fucking console ever, just emulate it, and do kind of what the RetroTink does where it can just upscale it. It'd be so convenient. Then I wouldn't need to like have splitters and shit for all my OG consoles. Just one big fucking box where I can pop a GameCube disc in, an Xbox disc in, just no hassle. And just play it on my fucking CRT. That'd be so nice. $1 million idea. Not really. That shit would get shut down so fast from all of these companies, bro. Are you kidding me? You could probably make one yourself, like a very bespoke one probably, but you couldn't sell it. A PC. No, but I'm not talking about just like an all-in-one emulator. Because I've been a big physical media guy. Appreciate the raid, Moki. Hope you had a good stream. I've been a big physical media guy. So I want to be able to use my physical media really conveniently. So if I just had like one box that could just take all my fucking load of physical, it'd be so convenient. And upscale it like the RetroTink does. Oh, that'd be lovely. That'd be so lovely. You could buy a mini Linux PC, connect to your CRT, and just LARP the discs into a hole. Then that could work. You're onto something. Wait a minute. Didn't a streamer in China make that? You're talking about that content creator who made the Switch, Xbox, and PlayStation.
This Chinese YouTuber built a console that can run a PS5, Xbox, and Nintendo Switch 2 at the same time. And here's the crazy part. Switching between the consoles only takes 3 seconds, but the process of building it is the most bizarre part. First, she realized that the 3 consoles together weigh around 10 kilograms because of the huge number of components. So she decided to create a single cooling system and a single power supply using a triangle.
Like, it's very cool. Don't get me wrong, it's very cool, but I need that wumbo. Give me everything. I'm talking fucking Sega Genesis in there too. N64. Turbo graphics. I'm talking the kit and caboodle where it could just take anything. The closest thing to what you want is the Retro Freak. The hell is the Retro Freak?
Which I can think this.
Okay, see, wait, we're getting somewhere.
Having the Retro Freak on my desk and plugged in every single cartridge I can think, man, this is just looking kind of wicked, to be honest. This is an overkill of cartridges and looks like a huge monster at this point.
See, I like that. That's some good shit right there. That's some good shit. So now you take this and you wumbo it again. Then you give me some N64, you give me some GameCube, you give me some Xbox, you give me some Xbox 360. And by the end of it, I'll have a fucking giant box that's the size of my whole room. That is cool, though, man. That is very cool. Literally just an emulator that fakes reading games. Oh, that's not the impression I got. I guess maybe it is, though. He did mention it emulates it. So, yeah, I guess it just fakes reading them. But then in that case, why would it matter if there was multiple cartridges? You basically want a console that looks like the ultimate GameCube monstrosity with all the attachments. Oh, here we go, like that. Yeah. Yeah, fundamentally like that, yeah. Oh, that's some good shit. I think it'd go hard. Maybe it's just me, but I think that shit would go ballistic. It'd probably cost a lot to make, and you could never sell it, because I think you'd just get shut down right away if you're emulating more modern consoles. Well, not even emulating. Let's take emulation out of it. Well, actually, no. I would definitely want emulating. Especially for like upscaling certain things. So, I don't know. There's a way. You could definitely make one. You know, I'm gonna message Nick. I'm gonna see if I can pay Nick to do it. He's the guy that made the CSGO chair for us. He's the fucking GOAT. As long as you don't want to emulate the Switch, that's when Nintendo sends the assassins. Fuck them. We do the Switch too. Can you imagine? I mean, what are they going to do, though? Like, it wouldn't necessarily be emulating the Switch. I'd just have it housed in this monstrosity. And it would read the game like normal. And it would just basically do what it does now when I plug it into the computer. Wouldn't have to emulate it. The whole point is that I could use my physical media and conveniently put it into this thing. Oh, something I didn't even consider, though. Controller. Well, no, I guess it doesn't matter. I could just do one controller, one size fits all. But then I lose some of the charm of playing like N64 on the classic controller. There's some bugs we'll have to work out. Maybe we could also have the controllers fucking flying off of it like some kind of Lovecraftian monster. Nah, a controller actually fucks it. Either have 30 ports or rebind every time you swap consoles. Yeah, that would be kind of tough. Unironically reach out to Shank Mods or Ginger of Oz. I'm not familiar with either one of them. Transforming a 90s Hot Wheels PC into a modern gaming beast. Oh my god, I remember this PC. Holy Toledo. Wow. What a throwback.
Hello, I'm Shank, and this is the Hot Wheels Sleeper PC.
Oh my god.
Absolutely top-of-the-line gaming PC crammed into the infamous 90s computer case. But what's even crazier than this monstrosity is the story of how I wound up building it.
This seems so cool, what the fuck? I haven't heard of this channel. Oh, they're not very active, that's why. Oh wow, there's actually only 11 videos here. Damn, what a shame. This seems so cool. I gotta watch that whole thing later.
Hello, I'm Shank, and this is an average-sized 27-inch cathode ray tube TV, also known as a CRT. It's almost 2 feet thick and weighs about 100 pounds. Up until the mid-2000s, most homes in the United States had a tube TV like this.
Goddamn right. I got mine right over there, the old JVC. Ginger of Oz does similar stuff too. I built 5 different portable Wiis.
This is a G-Boy. It's a fully portable Nintendo Wii crammed into a case that's identical in shape to the original Game Boy, making it one of the smallest portable Wiis I've ever built. I think that this is one of the greatest portable Wii designs of all time, which would be a pretty tasteless thing to say if it were my own design, so it's a good thing it's not. In fact, all 5 of the portables I'm showing off today were designed by different members of the portabilizing scene, who have been kind enough to give me the opportunity to build.
How big is the portabilizing scene? I haven't heard of that before. Damn, he's also not super active. I built a PlayStation.
This is a piece of art titled PlayStation, a wonderful creation by artist On Dang. When I first saw this image a few months ago, my first thought was, huh, that's cool. And my second thought was, wait, I could build that. And the idea has been firmly lodged in my head ever since. There's only one way to get it out of here. I need to speed up the course of nature and carcinicize a PS1 myself. And this is our starting point. A cheap beat-up PS1 I got off of eBay. It's certainly seen better.
This seems so cool. I love this kind of shit. Retroid game consoles are huge. There's a whole subreddit dedicated to these types of devices and emulating old gen games. I didn't realize it was so big. Retroid Pocket 5 will do good for what you want. I don't think so. I don't think there's anything that does what I want. Not yet. It's got to be built. Yeah, see, like I'm not a portable gamer. I'm not a big handheld guy, but this does seem cool. And the big thing for me is the whole reason I want this is for the utilization of my physical media. That's like the big thing. I want it to be able to read the physical media. You're just gonna have to get the switcher set up AVGN has for his 100 consoles. I already have like a setup that works. I'm just saying, it'd be really cool if there was a giant fucking monster that could read every single game. Is every game console rolled into one? Bro, trying to build the Metal Gear. So I have mine set up. I have 12 consoles plugged into my office, connected to a switcher to my capture card. I think it's the best you can do right now. It is basically the best you can do right now. I imagine you use RetroTink. Well, I guess it depends on what consoles. Make it as big as the first PC ever. Oh, man. We're getting into wacky territory. Imagine we have it look like this.
Bang! Hit it, Joe!
This is me putting in all of my physical media for my fucking Pandora's box of gaming. Cranking levers. Alright, now it's time for Super Mario 64. Such a thing would exist if there was a demand for it, but the ease of digital gaming has outshined it. Well, bah humbug, man. I know. I think it'd be cool. I think it'd be very cool. You mean it should have like one unified disk drive or USB drives and then game auto switches? No, bro, that's like there is no way you could make some unified like disk drive to fit every piece of physical media. It wouldn't even work because a lot of them are cartridges anyway. So no, that's not what I mean. You just have separate readers for each of them, kind of like what the Retro Freak had. That was honestly like exactly what I was thinking.
Hello.
But just scaled up for more things. But there'd be no way to make a one hole for all thing. Wait, the Polymega might be it. The Polymega? Jesus. The Polymega. What an intro. That was cool.
And welcome to GameSec. Today we're checking out the Polymega from Playmaji. This is an emulation device that's been around for a few years now, but only recently have many of the pre-orders started to be fulfilled. Basically, it's a standalone unit that can play CD games for several different platforms, and you can also buy individual modules to attach to it that'll play your cartridge games and will let you use your original controllers if you like. The base unit costs $550 on its own, and each module costs $80. Not cheap, but I'm not here to tell you what you can and can't. Turbo module for TurboGrafx 16, PC Engine, and Super Graphics games, and the Ultra module for Nintendo 64 games. Powering the Polymega is an Intel Coffee Lake S CPU branded as a Celeron G4 900.
Man, this channel's production is crazy.
It has 2 gigabytes of DDR4 RAM. It also has 30 gigabytes of internal storage, and this can be expanded with SD cards or even an SSD. It uses a Linux-based OS and licensed emulators like Mednafen, Messen, Kega Fusion, and MAME. Inside any given module, we have fairly simple electronics that mainly serve as an interface for the cartridges and controllers. No game processing is done here. Powering on the system for the first time, you have to agree to a lot of different nonsense, and then you can set some things up. The unit comes with a bunch of pre-installed games that you can play, like Double Dungeons on the TurboGrafx 16, or Dragon View on the Super NES.
This seems
and
pretty
even
cool.
The Genesis version of Tin Star, among others. You can adjust things like the display area, which is quite slow to do, and it seems to shrink it vertically faster than it shrinks it horizontally. You can't adjust the axes independently. You can also choose from a resolution of 1080p and, well, just 1080p. I didn't feel like setting up the Wi-Fi as I had it plugged in directly via Ethernet, but it wouldn't recognize it until I rebooted the console with the cable already plugged in.
Let me see it with more modules on it.
Game basis. You can also quit and reset the game here. If you're playing with a real controller, well, obviously it doesn't have a Polymega logo button, so you can just access that menu by pressing up and start. Before you begin the game, you'll also have the option to install it to the system so you can play it without inserting the cartridge or CD. You can also apply cheats here, or play it in the classic mode, which deactivates extra features like save states. I'm not sure why you'd want to do that, but there it is. Each of the emulators are pretty bare bones compared to what you're probably used to. There are no fixes for sprite flickering or any of that kind of stuff. The CD, Tekken 3 on the PlayStation, because why the hell not? Game menu. And it works well enough, I suppose.
Show me the
But
cartridges
what's
and
this?
stuff on the
That's right,
Polymega.
the HD temporal blur is bad. Like that they put the select and start button so high near the top though, but Pro of the Famicom game Sweet Home. Sadly, it doesn't work.
No!
And of course, the EverDrive doesn't work at all.
No!
The Polymega can't access cartridges directly, only copy data from them, so EverDrives and other flash cards just can't work. Nor can the Famicom disk system if you manage to hook one up.
Looks like the big hiccups these type of consoles have are with the cartridges. It works perfect with CDs though. Oh, well, that's good then. That's a good base. I'm gonna be honest now. I kind of love the idea of just like a really bespoke, over-the-top looking contraption. Nothing like sleek and sensible like this. I'm talking fucking demon size. That, like, it could basically be like the stand for... Yeah, the alien stuff was a very uninteresting dump. I know. Why was it uninteresting? There was just nothing substantial is the problem. Just more bleh. I don't know, man, that artist rendition was pretty convincing. Ooh. Actual site photo with FBI lab rendered graphic overlay depicting corroborating eyewitness reports from September 2023 of an apparent ellipsoid bronze metallic object materializing out of a bright light in the sky. It's pretty thought-provoking. Also, if this is what FBI lab-rendered graphics look like in 2026, that's pretty insane. You gotta give them time to catch up, man. Technology's advancing quick. They're still on that GeoCities vibe. It takes time. That shit needs DLSS 5. It's from a game in the 90s. Is it? They just grabbed an image from a game? An old 90s game? So yeah, the alien files weren't anything super cool. Still nothing. It's still no pickles. Oh, I didn't even read the statements they said about it. This is unprecedented transparency in what the US government knows about UFOs, Hegseth said, adding, these files hidden behind classifications have long fueled justified speculation, and it's time the American people see it for themselves. We can't handle this kind of truth, man. You gotta keep this under wraps. This is gonna cause a nationwide panic. He's right. Dag nabbit, he's right. From a game that was on 7 floppy disks split across them due to file size. This was probably very innovative for its time, if that's the case. Don't copy that floppy. Looks like they took a photo of one of those magnets you play with and colored it gold in Microsoft Paint. Well, they didn't even do that much. Apparently they just took it from an old game. Couldn't tell you. I didn't know that. Any day now, though, we'll get some really irrefutable, hard proof of extraterrestrial visitation. I'm telling you. See, look, they're even teasing it. There's more to come. Government saying new materials will be released on a rolling basis every few weeks as records are found, reviewed, and declassified. I am salivating. I can't wait to see the next batch. Now, like I said, my dad thought that this was nothing. He texted me last night saying that it was a big nothing burger. Yeah, that was unprompted too. Usually he doesn't get the latest UFO drops, but last night I guess he was just seeing it somewhere and he texted me, said, "The released UFO vids are a real nothing burger, exclamation, exclamation. What a joke, exclamation, exclamation." So he was pretty upset. He sounds so invested. Well, I mean, he is to a certain degree. He doesn't keep up with, like, the latest baloney dumps, like the fucking spheres, the goddamn flying colanders, and, like, little soccer balls in the sky that people go crazy over. He doesn't care about that shit. But when it comes to, like, file releases and stuff, he at least tries to stay on top of it and take a look. But so far, he has not seen anything convincing. So he's not active in the UFO subreddit. He is not. He certainly doesn't like that very much. If intelligent humanoid aliens did actually exist, do you think we would ever know? Said that a million times. No, man. I do not think so. They're hiding the real UFO pictures like Bubble Bass hiding the pickles under his tongue. Brother, I've got bad news. I'm gonna rip the Band-Aid off. There is none. Like, I'm sure they have some, like, wacky files and stuff, because they had so many old-school weirdo projects, like the MK Ultra stuff. They also had all of these, like, astral projecting projects that they were doing, the CIA was conducting with, like, the psychics and stuff, which is why, like, a year ago you saw those articles about the declassified CIA documents confirming that there was giants on Mars. But if you actually look at it, what they were doing is they had these drug-induced maniacs go in, fucking blindfold them, and try and, like, guess cue cards that they were holding, and then they'd tell them stories about how they astral projected onto Mars and had conversations with giants. Like, you're not going to find anything, like, actually convincing when it gets declassified, because they did some fucking nut job shit in the CIA back in, like, the 60s and 70s. They were actually trying to do, like, Marvel X-Men stuff. And then they wrote about it as if it was, like, successful. So, like, ESP, mind readers, astral projectors, time travelers, they had all of these kind of wacky programs. They also killed a lot of people. Well, I mean, in the pursuit of mutants and superhumans. That's to be expected. The gay bomb, too. Oh, the gay bomb is a classic. The gay bomb actually is a classic. Surprised people still don't know about it. I feel like most people have at least heard of the gay bomb, but don't realize it was actually something they pursued. The thought being drop a bomb that would cause all the dudes to just start fucking each other and not fight anymore. This has to be a Joker skit. No, it was this. It is. I guess you're right. There are people that just maybe have never even heard about it. This was a very real project. The enemy is gay now. But they still shot at us. I do love that thinking, though, like that's going to somehow be a really effective weapon. Like, let's just assume it works. Let's assume they did create the gay bomb. They deploy it. Now all the soldiers have sex. They all blow their load. Then they go right back to what they were doing before. So you bought yourself, like, a couple of minutes where they're fucking, and then what? It was a truly baffling proposal. I don't remember how far this got. I think they tried to do, like, prototypes at some point, from what I recall. I don't know how much. The Wikipedia seems pretty short. I don't remember. It's been a while since I looked at the gay bomb project. But it is such an interesting idea. Might backfire on your own army. Oh, can you imagine transporting the gay bomb, but it springs a leak? Then the plane crashes because everyone's fucking themselves ferociously. No! We made the whole plane gay! No, it's gay! Shit! The one thing we couldn't plan for! No! Yeah, it was interesting stuff, man, I'm telling you. Those declassified files and the ones that we keep getting have some really wacky projects the government looked into at the very least. Some actively pursued. Oh, point I was making, to tie it back to the alien stuff, I do not think they have anything like groundbreaking in regards to aliens. Like, I don't think there's alien bodies, alien weaponry, alien craft that they've ever recovered or anything like that. Surely they have, like, unexplainable aerial phenomena, like stuff that they've already declassified, like the tic-tac, that kind of stuff, which is interesting, but I don't think it's extraterrestrial. I don't think they have anything, like, that's going to make you go, oh my god, aliens are real and they were here. Because I don't think aliens have ever been here. Because if they have, we would have never known about them. They're not going to get all the way here and fucking crash. That's not going to happen. The technology that they would need to get here, it would be unthinkable that it would somehow malfunction here. You can't even begin to understand and comprehend the technology that would be necessary for a different species to make it here. It defies our understanding of everything. But you can't debunk that tic-tac, can you? I can't. I don't know what it is, but I just don't think it's extraterrestrial. I don't think it was aliens in their cruiser. Just because I can't explain it doesn't mean that that's the default correct answer. You can't tell me whether or not there's poop in my pants right now. There's no way. You can make a guess, but you don't know. 50-50 chance. Yeah. I got no wacky intro for you on this one. We're going to be covering a degenerate scumbag streamer who appears to have beat his wife on stream, and now, since it's blown up, he's trying to use a Jedi mind trick to convince everyone that their eyes were wrong, that you had a malfunction in your vision, because he didn't beat his girlfriend, he only pushed her, actually. Your eyes are wrong, you didn't see what you thought you saw, is his strategy. But how about I show you the clip first, and then we'll go ahead and digest that a bit.
Okay, take these off. Take the lids off. Chill. You need to have no drinks in here. Ow! Ow! What is drinking?
It was in here. It was on this. I don't even know how. I turned around and...
Calm down.
I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do.
Turn your thing off and turn the fan off.
Yeah, it looks like he strikes his girlfriend. Who pushes someone with a closed fist? You can see on that first time he brings his arm back, he has it balled up. You can very briefly see like a frame of what looks like a closed fist. Who is pushing someone like that? And also, she responds to the very loud noise that sounds like a hit by saying ow. She says ow twice, both times after he thrusts his arm forward towards her. So if it wasn't a punch, it was a slap. Either way, he is striking his wife. Like, he's trying to claim that it was just a push, which, by the way, is also a really fucking weird defense too. It's like, no, I don't hit my wife, but I push the fuck out of her, actually. I push her so hard that she says ow multiple times. Whoa, guys. Let's pump the brakes. Hold your horses. I don't hit my pregnant wife. That's uncivilized. I just push the fuck out of her until it hurts. I cause her physical pain through pushing, not through punching. I use open hand palm strikes in a pushing fashion like a monk. That's what I do. And that's normal. You guys, you're blowing this way out of proportion. It's fucking disgusting, this freak. And now all of this is over him spilling a drink on his setup and him like panicking and throwing a temper tantrum over it. His wife came in to like try and help, and then she's over in the corner, and then you can see him lunge at her twice, throwing his arm at her twice in what appears to be a punch or a slap. Either way, it is a strike. That is not him pushing her, and even if it is him pushing her, it clearly hurt. He caused her pain. You can hear the impact. Like, you can't talk your way out of that. You can see and hear this through the clips. But here, let's do a little zoomed in version where you can really more clearly see and hear everything.
Okay, take these off. Take the lids off. Chill. You need to have no drinks in here. Ow. Ow.
I think it's pretty obvious. Now, I'll go ahead and show you his response to it, where he tries his best to convince everyone that they're wrong and he doesn't hit his wife in the face, specifically, is what he clarified. He doesn't hit her in the face. And that what actually happened is that he pushed her. And actually, he pushed her to save her life, actually, because her fingers were caught under the PC, and that's what was hurting her. That's what was making her say, ow. And him being so brave and courageous, he pushed her twice, just like that, in order to, keep her safe. His pregnant wife, by the way.
They're saying, like, the grunts make it look bad, like the way I was grunting. Brother, I promise you, brother, I don't know what else to say. Like, it's literally like, no, I grunted in that. I mean, I grunted, but I wasn't hitting her, bro. I pushed her. That's the only thing that I did. I didn't fucking hit her. I would never hit her on her face, bro. That's fucking crazy. She was not crying afterwards. What the hell, bro? She literally was like, she was not crying. She just literally said, turn the fucking thing off. Bro, what I was saying is, if I hit her, she would have been like, yo, what the fuck? Why'd you do that for? What'd you hit me for? It wasn't one push. It was one push, bro. It was literally like...
It's so fucking ridiculous. Like, what he's trying to pull here, it relies solely on people being dumb enough, delusional enough, or just genuinely not caring enough to form their own thoughts on what they can see and hear in the clip, and will instead just take his word for it. The word of an embarrassing cringe fungus that can't stop raging anytime anything happens to him in his goddamn Call of Duty game. This guy flips out constantly, and then he starts becoming Donnie from the Wild Thornberries, and then like going crazy and just like punching and throwing and destroying things around his room. He has so many fucking rage moments, and in one of them, he even like charges at his wife again. But in that instance, he doesn't appear to hit her. Instead, he just like body bumps her, going for like some kind of like chest bump on her as she tries to check on him to make sure that he's still okay and hasn't given himself some kind of fucking aneurysm or blown a gasket.
You fucking stupid! Oh my god, you just got me banned! 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 You just got me banned!
Stop!
You got me banned! You just got me banned! You just got me banned! You just got me banned, dog! You just got me fucking banned!
Stop! You're shit! You're gonna ruin your...
I don't care. I don't give a fuck anymore. You just got me banned. You just got me fucking banned. You just got me banned.
There are just so many clips just like this one of this fucking loser. It became his shtick. Like, I'm pretty sure he tried to make this his whole brand image. I can find clips just like this going back to 2024. He is always just freaking out constantly because he is just a maniac, like an actual lunatic person who needs to be institutionalized.
Ooh, I swear to fucking God. You think I'm not? You think I'm not? You think I'm... Man, I just spilled it. Of course, the 5 seconds I gotta clean up, there's a... Please, on God. I don't know where my remote went. I don't know where my remote went. Bro. Oh my God, bro. Oh my God, bro. What do I do? Chat, please help me, bro. I don't know what to do. I don't know what the fuck to do. I don't know what the fuck to do. I don't know what the fuck.
He's literally SpongeBob with the ripped pants. This is his one joke. I hesitate to call it that because he actually does just have this level of disorder where he can't control himself. He is just always having violent outbursts, but he tries to use it for his content on TikTok. Like, that's his whole image there, is he's the psychopath guy who's just always fucking angry, it seems. What a complete pathetic loser. How do you even look yourself in the mirror? The shamelessness, man. Like, how? You're just such a fucking weirdo. Now, he does seem to have made a habit out of constantly spilling his drink on his desk because he's always hitting it and freaking out. That kind of thing, always for the sake of his clips on TikTok. But in the one where he starts hitting his girlfriend, or excuse me, his pregnant wife, it seems like he didn't anticipate the drink to spill on his computer and actually cause a problem. So from what I understand, it did actually get in there and cause an issue on his PC, which is why he was freaking out even more so than usual, and then got physical with his wife. Now, to really seal the deal, Jordan Cisco here had a galaxy brain scheme of bringing his wife on stream to defend him and trying to really showcase everything that happened, you know, giving his side of things to make sure everyone understands the truth of the situation. And his wife seems to have a bruise around her eye. That's what it looks like.
I want to see what he says, Jeff.
I'm literally like hyperventilating and shit. And then I come in here, and then she comes in running after me. Then I pick up the PC. I put it on top of that PC. You see that PC right there? I put it on top of that PC. All right, you understand? Let me put it in context, bro. So when she's standing there, I'm putting the PC on right here. Hold on, let me see. Wife, can you come and record this, please? Wifey? By the way, I just wanted before I'm talking about I'm talking about everything else, like if I ever did hit her, which is insane, I would never hit my wife, and she's pregnant. She would have.
It looks like you can see like the fucking mark in her face from where he fucking apparently hit her, you know? Looks like she's got a fucking black eye.
Have stuff on her face. I mean, you could.
I was gonna say, you guys can look here.
Literally see, like
I have shorts on.
It really does look like that. And his explanation here of, I was stacking the PC on the other PC like Lincoln Logs. You see, that's what was happening here. And then my wife came in and I needed help, and then her fingers got caught under there, so I had to start pushing her, you know, in order to protect her. And she was saying, ow, like it was hurting her because her fingers are under the PC and it's really heavy. It's like tungsten. It's like a tungsten block. Very dense. Fucking 10,000 pounds on her fingers. I had to start just striking at her face to push her off of there.
And I basically, with the cords attached, I was trying to pick up this PC like this, Jack, and I was putting it on this PC. You understand? On this PC that I just had. Nobody saw anything. Like, it was insane. This. Laid it flat like this. Then it got on her fingers. You saw it. It was in the corner of the screen. By the way, nobody saw anything. Like, it was insane. Man saw me use one arm motion and thought I hit her. Like, it's insane.
Listen to his story, Chad. I'll show you the clip. Hold on.
She had her fingers right here. And she literally, that's when she was like, she couldn't get it on the PC. So I pushed her, and she literally was saying ow because of the fucking shit was on her fingers. It was literally on her fingers. This is like I don't know how much it weighs, but it was on her fucking fingers like this.
The story doesn't make any sense. She wasn't saying ow until you threw your arm towards her, man. And you're saying you only pushed her once, but you can see your arm go towards her twice, and she says ow both times. If the pain was caused by the PC on her fingers, she would have been saying ow or expressing discomfort before you started thrusting your arm towards her, you wife-beating freak. You fucking scumbag. And every sensible, sane person on the planet is calling him out on that obvious lie there. There are no other explanations for what happened here because his official story doesn't pass the smell test. If the pain was caused by her fingers being under the PC, why was she not saying anything like ow until you started doing this at her? And he's saying he only pushed her once, but you can see 2 thrusts towards her. So what, did the second one not happen? That just doesn't exist? He's just rewriting the lore there, just trying to hope that you didn't watch the clip yourself? It's just ridiculous, man.
I'm not, I swear on my life, on my soul, I'm not an abuser. We are in a happy relationship, a very happy, we're literally married, and we've been together for 5 years. Trust me, if there was something up, our whole family would know about it. I'm telling you.
You can hear her saying ow, ow.
I'm telling you, we are in such a happy relationship. She's going to be talking about herself, by the way. I'm going to be out of the room because I don't want y'all to think I'm being like that.
The skin contact that you guys are talking about, where you're hearing it, Jordan was so freaked out in that situation, and I love him, and I've been with him for 5 years. Like, when Jordan flips out, like, I mean, y'all have seen him many, many times. I mean, if he punched me, I mean, it would be very obvious. I'm very pale. Be very obvious if he, like, literally hit me or something. So, her eyes.
She's not really saying that she's not saying he did it either.
What I normally look like all the time.
She goes on to say that if he hit her, it'd be very visible, and that the mark on her eye is just what her eyes normally look like. Now, I haven't seen a picture of them outside of like a stream setting, so I don't know if that's true or not, but it definitely does seem like a mark. But she goes on to defend him, and it's just heartbreaking. And even in the initial clip, after the very clear signs of a strike and the sound of the impact, the skin-on-skin contact, she, like, responds, you know, ow, and then, like, kind of shocked, like, you know, you can hear that. And then she goes back to talking to him as if it's normal, like it's just business as usual, like it's treatment she's used to. And it's fucking heartbreaking to hear that. And for him to then put her on stream like, okay, she's going to talk all by herself. I'm not going to do anything. She's going to talk all by herself. Now she's going to be over here and you can ask her anything you want. She's going to talk all by herself. She's going to be on the... And then she sits there to like defend like, oh no, you know, it's all good. It's just very sad and scary. I just had to yap about this. I'm wishing the absolute best for her and the baby. I really hope she finds a way out of this relationship. I think the evidence is pretty clear that there was definitely a impact that caused pain. If not a punch, potentially a slap. I don't believe his narrative that it was a push, but even if it was just a push, why are you pushing your fucking pregnant wife? Why? Why are you putting your hands on her aggressively like that? He's saying he only pushed her once, which again is easily disprovable. It's categorically false because you can see twice he thrusts his arm towards her. So if it is a push like he claims, he did it more than he's saying he did, and it clearly was aggressive and a violent push. But I am of the belief that it was either a punch or a slap based on the sound of things. A push doesn't make that kind of sound. But I will reiterate again, if it was a push, it's still completely unacceptable to be violently shoving your pregnant wife, you gross fucking scumbag freak worm person. This whole thing has been infuriating. I really think this should constitute not only a ban, but an investigation. This should probably lead to jail time. I would think they should look into it at least. I think the evidence is pretty clear, but let's see what authorities have to say. I hope there is a follow-up to this because it's just completely unacceptable. So yeah, I wanted to yap about it. That's really about it. So yeah. Have you heard of the real-life superhero Skyline? He's a local Albuquerque man who helps the homeless. Someone mentioned that name not long ago. Skyline Superhero. A night patrol with Skyline. Albuquerque's real-life superhero. This reminds me of, Phoenix Jones. The story of Phoenix Jones was so fascinating. Does he go around and beat up crime? What's his MO?
So I go by Skyline, local superhero here in Albuquerque. Maybe coming to a town near you. Yeah.
Oh, that was a cool move.
My parents left when I was 15. I was out on the streets. Nice and ready to go.
This is so cute.
My main goal is to inspire people to do better, do good things for their community. And
what is the difference between a rooster and a whore?
A rooster and a whore?
Oh, I got 2 sandwiches left. Okay.
This is sweet.
Actually, I'm trying to make this superhero thing like a full-time thing with making YouTube videos about it and stuff.
What a nice thing to do. I wonder if he's gotten in any fights. Has Skyline squared up against any villains? Yeah, Phoenix Jones actually fought a couple times actually on camera. What ended up happening to Phoenix Jones? Was it a domestic dispute or something? I remember he got arrested. No, it was drugs. That's what it was. It was drug related. Didn't he turn into a villain after pepper spraying innocent people? It's been so long since I brushed up on my Phoenix Jones lore. I vaguely remember him pepper spraying people. He pepper sprayed a group of people. I don't think all of them were guilty of wrongdoing. He actually became mainstream too. Bro had comic books and was in movies and video games. Yeah, Phoenix Jones was big. Back in like the 2010, 2011-ish era, Phoenix Jones was big. I had never heard of him until we watched the video about him. A great video, by the way, if anyone's ever interested in learning about Phoenix Jones.
So I go by Sky.
Oh, there it is. Atrocity Guide. The Fall of Phoenix Jones.
My demeanor is usually very haha, you know, let's all have fun.
1, 2, 3. Up and
Had a year.
This is just wholesome as fuck.
As well.
Let's see that again.
Can I get that pop fight? That one there?
I do wonder if he could fight somebody. He seems to have at least had some level of, like, at least moderate training for these kicks. Or maybe he watched a couple YouTube videos. Maybe I'm giving him, like, a very charitable gesture there. I just really would love to see, like, one day some bad guy comes over, he's like, fuck those Chewy bars. Those aren't going to the homeless, they're going to me. And that's just one step too far for Skyline, so he takes him down. Phoenix Jones was MMA, right? Yeah, he was a former MMA fighter. This guy seems like a soup you'd see in The Boys. Yeah, I mean, he's very Peacemaker coded here. It would be cool if his arch villain was also someone that helped the homeless. Why would that be his arch nemesis then, though? Like, this town's not big enough for two people helping homeless people out here. Get out of here, guy. Scram. Or else. Skyline's not quite like Phoenix Jones. Skyline's more like, I'm just gonna spend some money giving homeless people some gloves and some food. He's like very sweet. And like he said, he hasn't apprehended anyone. I don't think he would look to tussle.
Not wanting to, like, be mean to me, because I'm short and I'm nice. I got 2 batons here. 1, 2, bam.
Oh, fuck yeah. Oh, wait, what? That was a cool move.
To go. You're doing this.
Wait, wait a second. That flourish was kind of hype. Wait. Phoenix Jones had his own villain too. It was Rex Velvet. I remember that. Yeah, I remember that. The Phoenix Jones universe had its own villain. Seattle supervillain calls out Phoenix Jones. Oh god, it was so good.
Hello and welcome.
When I could leave this lair and conduct my duties proudly and without distraction.
Oh, he's theater as fuck. Oh yeah, he's thespian troupe.
Along with his villain, if you will. Before you jump to conclusions, let me tell you that I'm a fair negotiator and businessman. But I will not back down from you, Jones.
No!
The city is rid of you.
It can't be! Did Rex Velvet actually do anything? No, man. He made that trailer and that was it. I don't think he ever actually went out there to challenge Phoenix Jones. At least I don't remember him doing that. Rex Velvet was actually captured by a young kid during a Make-A-Wish who wished to be a secret agent. It's super wholesome. That is extremely sweet. What? Oh, and there's Rex Velvet! And Colby got him. That's incredibly sweet. Yes!
You should learn stab. First off,
nice.
Cool. But secondly, you could find a staff just about anywhere. It could be a big-ass stick, or it could be one of my light stands for this video. Or, you could always just use a PVC pipe like this one here. Really anything with a long pole arm.
Imagine him busting that shit out on the street. Stop right there! When the homeless won't take a sandwich, he busts out the PVC pipe. What do you mean you're not hungry? Extendo pipe! I found a map that shows all real-life superheroes around the world. Look up the RLSH map. Well, we have one all the way up here? Raven. Status active. Red Ranger has a whole fucking super suit here. Holy. And Justin Service. Damn, he's also got like a whole get-up. Okay, so that's the Seattle branch. There's one guy down here in Auburn named Skyman. His fucking get-up looks awesome. What does Skyman do? Oh, he's also a member of Echo. He was able to coax Iron Baron out of semi-retirement to mentor him. The Baron has his own unique history with the Seattle superhero scene. Oh, what's the history? The Amazing in Ann Arbor, Michigan. What does The Amazing do? His trademark gadgets are web shooters, including Bola Wrap iteration and a grappling iteration. So he has an actual utility belt? He started building gadgets from scratch, eventually moving to show the devices on YouTube as his channel grew, planned to use his gear to make positive impact in his community, often giving out supplies to the homeless. See, that's sweet. And keeping an eye out for crimes. He eventually joined the Astrals and became part of the Ann Arbor branch. That's very sweet then. See, so finally, a little information on what they're doing. I wonder how often the gadgets have been deployed. The Amazing PhD. Oh, he's still very active.
This video is that you'll be able to see what I see in this project. Not just an interesting scientific exercise, but something that could be a truly powerful robotic platform.
Well, this is kind of an interesting little thing we've stumbled upon here. Does he still do the real-life heroing? Videos direct from the founder and CEO of Dragline Dynamics. So he's also a business owner. A brand new web shooter.
I built a lot of things, so it's not every day I can safely say I've built one of the coolest things I've ever built. Charlotte was that day. The first version of this device that I made in 2025.
This is so interesting.
Didn't really cut it. It was bulky. It was just kind of a proof of concept of my new...
Not gonna lie, he actually looks like a Peter Parker. Kind of. I mean, he has like very standard comic book like main character traits. And there he is smoldering.
Who isn't me wasn't a huge issue on my mind, but now that I want to distribute
You're telling me his wrist web shooter actually is strong enough to support him rappelling down? No.
General usability by someone who isn't.
That had to be anchored up there with something else, right?
On my mind.
No fucking shot, right? So what, is it a hook over here that he's got down there? Or is it actually just from that gadget wrapping around the... I think it's actually just from that. Holy shit, yeah, there's no hook or anything. It is actually just from his arm-mounted Spider-Man gadget. What the fuck? That's cool.
Come on.
Attaboy, amazing.
Come on. Woo! Oh my god.
Security guard comes out and arrests him.
Alright. Hang on.
Wow, yeah, and he can just retrieve it pretty easily too.
Yes, okay. Jesus.
Actually cool. Like, that's just actually cool. Good for him. I don't think we're gonna find any other real-life superheroes like that. Just a hunch. Yeah, maybe Reverb's got some cool stuff too. He's done cold fusion, perhaps. A former member of the Extreme Justice League. Extreme Justice League. Sounds like a backyard wrestling org. The XJL. It was founded in 2006 by Mr. Extreme to prevent crime. XJL has been highlighted by Tom Cruise via Facebook. Please check Florida. Yeah, let's see what Florida has. Do we have anyone in Florida? Oh, we got a lot in the Tampa area. Wait, what the fuck? What do we have in St. Petersburg? The Warden, Good Samaritan, and Mercy. The Warden, probably the leader? He founded the Bay Coast Guardians. Oh, he was inspired by Phoenix Jones. I'm unfamiliar with the work of the Bay Coast Guardians, but I'm also not in St. Petersburg. Let me find something closer to Tampa itself. Oh, we got nobody in Tampa. Fuck, it's lawless. And in Clearwater, they only have Jaguar. While in North Carolina, the homeless took to calling him Spaghetti Man due to the cans of spaghetti Impact would include in his handout packs. He goes on patrol to stop assaults, clean up litter, and help people in any way he can. Stop assaults is pretty lofty. Does he actually stop assaults? He gets in the middle of the tussles? Since then, he helped stop carjackings and had a crossover with the Bay Coast Guardians, during which he helped direct traffic away from someone who was hit by a car. He stopped multiple carjackings? Wow, wait, this is the oldest real-life superhero we've seen yet. Lord Chain has been active in some form since 1995. Dude's a fucking celestial. Holy. You missed one? In Florida? Where? Palm Coast, Orlando, and Tampa. Unless you're talking about, like, in here. Because if so, yeah, there was one down here, which is Night Vigil. Wait, Tampa Bay? Tampa, what? Does Night Vigil live on a boat? This man's probably saved your life hundreds of times. Can you imagine? It turns out all the good things that have been happening in Tampa are a direct result of Night Vigil. Damn, we even got one all the way over here in Australia. Out in Brisbane. Naturally, it's Captain Australia. Who else? 8 months ago, 332 Captain's Log.
Okay, Barry, before we do anything else, let's get the music going, okay? Ready? In 3, 2. This is bop bop a diddly, bop bop a diddly, bop bop a diddly dee. Day 332 of the Captain Australia show. A boom boom. Otherwise, I'll just get ahead of myself and out of step. So, we're walking all around Australia for a charity called the Kids Cancer Project.
Oh, that's super sweet.
An hour and a half. And, in the meantime, it's pack up the gear, get dressed, get on the road.
That's super wholesome. Super fucking wholesome. Tomato Detective Tomatine. Stark. Risk Runner. Happy Man. And Greenpeace. Happy Man. First debuting in 2015. He does litter pickup and anti-bullying activism with school children. Oh, he has a YouTube channel as well. Not super active on YouTube.
はい、じゃあお疲れ様でした。お疲れ様です。今ちょっと外寒かったけれど。寒かったですね。いや本当に、今日は本当はね。
Who do we have over here? Dark Jacker? Now that doesn't sound like much of a hero name. The Dark Jacker? He was also known as Hell Hero. He became a founding member of Trash Breakers. So it looks like also predominantly like litter pickup, trash disposal. Which is very sweet, but the name Dark Jacker, I think, leaves a little to be desired there. They joined forces with a focus on cleaning the streets of Shibuya. What? Purification? Cleans litter off the street and promotes blood donations. Oh, Skull Rouser was the one we just saw there. He's Trash Breakers, right? Yeah, cleaning the streets. I guess he's not part of Trash Breakers, though. I think his costume looks the best so far. Oh, this is a new YouTube channel. This is brand new. Hey. For the next TOC video, you and the boys should try and come up with your own superhero name and costume and go out to the streets and do some service. Actually, a banger idea. Maybe we'll see Night Vigil on one of our patrols. Flat Earthers versus scientists. Can we trust science? Well, before even watching it, I'm going to go ahead and answer that. Yes. If there's one thing in the world you can trust, it's probably going to be science. The fucking hot dog man or flat earthers probably aren't the most reliable source of shit you can trust, I would say. That's like trusting the guy who sells you laced weed behind the dumpster to trust him with your finances. Alright, now I'm ready for action. Let's see if we can truly trust science. It's been a question on my mind for a long time. I'd always debate who's more reliable, a flat earther who's sniffing their own farts and shitting in their diaper, or science. And it's really a toss-up.
Hey guys, my name is Dan Glatman. I work as Dan the Waterman in the drinking water filtration.
It was created by a higher power.
Discussion groups, panels. We've gone against
Vaxxers as well.
Flat Earth is its own worst enemy.
I'm sorry, Wendell, to step on your toes over there, because I know you're a cornucopia of great information and calorie crusading, but I have to know. Is there actual documents from NASA saying the Earth is flat? Own source? What?
They have individuals.
That's absolutely not true.
Wow. I just learned about the Switzerland ski resort fire last night, and what a devastating tragedy. At a ski resort bar, a fire broke out that claimed the lives of 40 people, and over 100 have been injured. As of me making this video right now, those are the numbers that are reported, and it is just heartbreaking. And what made me want to talk about it is there's a lot of videos floating around of people that were filming the fire instead of prioritizing escaping it. So there's videos of people that were still actively partying while filming this fire. Like, there's still music playing and everything, and people just not taking it seriously. They're busy filming it for social media. And I can't believe it. Social media has reached the point where it overrides people's basic survival instincts. To see people actively still partying as the entire building is being engulfed in a blazing inferno is unbelievable to me. There's multiple videos like this. So you can see tons of people's phones are out here. So you get like a whole 360-degree video of this fire building until it is completely out of control, which doesn't take long. That's how fire works. And then people panicking, scrambling to escape, but for some it was just way too late. 40 people died in this. It's fucking tragic. And I still just can't believe that people would be like filming and partying while something like this is happening instead of escaping or helping others to escape as well. Like, maybe there were people that didn't know this was going on, and someone filming could have instead, let them know, like, hey, we got to get the fuck out of here or something. It's so weird to me that we've reached a point where people would prioritize social media updates as opposed to their own life. You know what's a lot cooler than a few handful of likes on TikTok? Being alive. I urge anyone watching this to remember that at the end of the day, social media is not the most important thing in your life. Your life is the most important thing in your life. So anytime there's something like a fire going on, don't think of it as like a potential unique content opportunity. I feel like so much of the world has become incredibly geared towards like content brain 100% of the time, when it just shouldn't be that way. You should always be trying to prioritize your actual life as opposed to like your digital footprint and whatever you do online and all that kind of thing. It's just very, very sad to see this.
Celebration in the Swiss Alps shows the chaos as the deadly flames spread at a bar popular with young people and tourists. You can hear the screaming, people scrambling for the exit as the flames rip through the confined spaces of the bar Le Constellation. Swiss authorities say about 40 people were killed and more than 100 injured in the fire that began at 1:30 a.m. The cause of the blaze now under investigation.
It's extremely hard to watch that footage. It's gut-wrenching. Now, in the news segment, They mentioned that the cause of the fire was still under investigation. As of me making this now, it appears they have a lead on it. They believe that sparklers were what caused it. The sparklers appeared to have led to what is referred to as a flashover incident where the fire spread very rapidly. Investigators would assess soundproofing foam used in the ceiling and whether anyone needs to be held criminally liable for the fire. The sparklers they're referring to are champagne bottle sparklers. Now, I've seen this picture floating around, which seems legitimate, but in the age of AI, I can never really be sure anymore. But I've seen this in quite a few different places, including actual publications. But even still, I always take everything with a whiff of uncertainty because, again, it could be, phony baloney AI. But in that picture, the soundproofing, the foam on the ceiling, that does match what appears to be catching on fire in the videos that were filmed. So, regardless, it seems like it was the champagne bottle sparklers that started this incident, and it spread the fire very rapidly. It immediately reminded me of the 2003 Station nightclub fire, which killed 100 people, and the fire started in a very similar fashion where the acoustic foam paneling caught on fire during pyrotechnics. Here, the sparklers caught that foam on fire. Now, I believe the venue should be held liable. I do. Now, of course, I'm not a Switzerland authority, nor am I a fucking fire marshal or anything like that. I am a 5'6" homunculus layman. But I feel like if you are going to be selling champagne with sparklers on top, you probably also shouldn't have exposed, highly flammable foam paneling, where if a sparkler is raised a little too high, it can just cause all of it to ignite. That's clearly a huge problem and a big oversight to be combining these two things. It is a recipe for disaster. Now, I don't know if this was like the first year this bar did the sparklers and champagne thing or not, because if they were doing it previously, I'm surprised it wouldn't have happened sooner if the layout and the materials have stayed exactly the same. Like, that does seem to just be a glaring issue to have that there while also selling sparklers. But anyway, I saw in an article that one of the bar owners said that it's been inspected 3 times in 10 years and it passed the regulations. Again, I am a fucking idiot when it comes to this kind of thing, but that feels like a very little amount of inspection to be conducted over the course of a decade. I feel like, and keep in mind, I'm not the owner of an event space or anything, but I feel like in order to ensure the safety of patrons, you would want that to be inspected a little more often than 3 times in 10 years. A lot can change over the course of that period of time, so I just feel like in order to ensure due diligence and ensure materials are still up to code and everything's still, as it should be, I would have expected that to be a little bit higher. And I've seen people questioning, well, what are the regulations when it comes to this kind of thing there? Like, I haven't seen any reports on if there were, like, sufficient escapes, like maybe there weren't enough escape routes for people to exit in case of emergency. I haven't seen anything about that as of me making this video right now, so there's just a lot of question marks in the air. But based on the videos I've seen, it really feels like this venue will likely be held liable, at least in some sense, for the fire, because it doesn't make sense why they would even be doing these sparkling champagne bottles while having known flammable material on the ceiling. And it's not like the ceiling is like 50 feet high where it would never touch it or anything. You can reach it by holding the champagne bottle up a little higher than you normally would. Again, at least based on some of the videos I've seen. So, like there's a video of the guy hitting the roof or the ceiling that has fire breaking out on it, where you can see the paneling. He's hitting it while standing with his shirt. So you can easily reach that. So if you're selling sparklers, which can start fires, and you're surrounded by this not super high ceiling that is full of these flammable materials, that's a problem. So personally, I just can't imagine authorities coming back and being like, oh yeah, the venue's not at fault at all. This is actually, totally normal. Because it just doesn't feel like it should be. In that case, maybe we need to update the fire inspection protocol over there, because I don't think you should be mixing flammable foam paneling with fucking champagne sparklers. It's an absolute fucking disaster. It's so tragic, man. It's just so fucking sad. 40 lives lost, over 100 people injured on what is supposed to be an extremely happy celebratory day. It's so fucking awful, man. Anyway, wishing the best for everyone affected, all families, everyone that survived it as well. Just terrible stuff. Truly awful stuff. That's really about it. So yeah. I remember growing up thinking that brainwashing and mind control was just something you see in comic books and cartoons. But now I know it's a very real thing that you can see happening daily in this country. Now, the big thing I want to talk about, I'm going to talk about a lot here. There's going to be a bunch of blabber in here and drool coming out of my mouth as I'm spitting because I'm about to be getting pretty passionate. The big focus is on the huge crypto collapse from yesterday. And the very suspicious, very lucky trader who was able to cash out $190 million off of it because they were shorting Bitcoin and Ethereum a day before and all the way up until a minute before Trump's Truth Social post announcing the massive tariffs on China, which crashed the entire market. And then 30 minutes later, they cash out $190 million. It seems like they might have known something, but that can't be, right? That would be corruption. And this administration doesn't engage in that kind of nefarious activity. Except for all the previous times that this exact same thing has happened with Trump announcing things on Truth Social that people close to him that suckle his fucking teats must have had insider knowledge on because they're able to cash out millions upon millions of dollars because of his rinse and repeat cycle of threatening tariffs, backing off tariffs, postponing tariffs, just fluctuating the market up and down. Yet people in his inner circle must be privy to this knowledge because they are making absolute bullseye trades based on that before it becomes public. So this isn't really anything new. It's just the most egregious instance because you can literally see it. This account opens and starts shorting Bitcoin and Ethereum a day before this announcement and then a minute before the Truth Social post goes live. Like, it's unbelievable. And if you're a MAGA cultist, it actually is unbelievable. They refuse to believe it. They refuse to accept the very real reality that they are getting fucking hosed. Trump and Trump's family's net worth has exploded since becoming president. How do you defend that? Well, I'll tell you how. Because they say Trump is such a benevolent saint, he actually doesn't even keep his salary from being president. Wow, that's how much he cares about the American people. You fucking delusional homunculus. The presidential salary is actual peanuts. It's literal fucking used condoms in the grand scheme of how much money him and his family are making throughout his presidency. When he was being fucking sworn in, he was still launching up to 168 new products. And that doesn't even include things like his cologne that he launched, the fucking Trump Gooch galore smell, the Trump watches, the Trump phone and shit like that. So that has only increased the amount of things that he is hawking to the American people to buy solely to enrich himself and his family, his fucking meme coin and all of that. His family is going ballistic in terms of how much money they are making off of his presidency. They're not even hiding it. They are just constantly making money off of you as you suffer and get less and less money. They get more and more. They are taking the pizza and not even leaving you bits and pieces, morsels of the crust. It's sad, and yet people love it. They will accept it with a fucking smile on their face and say, please, give me some more. I've got more holes for you to fill. Please, come in here. I'm waiting. It's just absurd. They don't even stick to a single belief anymore. Like the Epstein files, I know I have made a lot of content on in the past, so I'm not going to regurgitate that. But the Epstein files are a really good example of how they really cared about the Epstein files, and they were really upset at the failure of Joe Biden to release them in that administration. So they were hyping up Trump about all of his promises to release those Epstein files, which he has still not done and still actively just like discounts, and the entire administration denying the existence of now. And this same group of people that was so excited for Trump to follow through on that promise is now like, oh, he didn't break any promises. In fact, it's just not even important. That's why he's not doing it. Like, it's not a big deal. Like, who cares about the Epstein files? We have so many bigger things to worry about. Like what the next product we're going to have to buy from Trump is. Like, they're just now saying, it doesn't matter. We don't care. We actually don't want this information. Actually, I believe everything they're saying now. Yeah, it definitely doesn't exist. Yeah, actually, Maxwell's probably innocent too. But again, I've already talked about that a lot. Let's talk about some other stuff. the COVID vaccine. Trump just got a COVID booster, not a conspiracy, just out in the open, signed, documented, stamped. It is legitimate. Trump just got a COVID booster. And this administration has constantly played into the MAGA fear of the jab. That was one of the big things with MAGA, is like how this is, contaminating us, poisoning us. They're trying to kill us with the jab. And now Trump just got the vaccine booster, and those same people like Gunther Dickelman are now applauding him for it, sucking a fucking fart out of his butt for it, giving him a full rim job like, yes, the president's healthy, this is great news. Meanwhile, only a few months ago, a big talking point from him and so many others is the COVID vaccine and the evil of it. But now that Trump got the vaccine booster, well, now they love it. Well, now it's great. Actually, Trump probably got the vaccine booster because he's going to immediately give all of us herd immunity. He is using himself as a selfless sacrifice with the jab, so that way his aura of being immune to COVID will help infiltrate all of us via osmosis. So now we're all immune to COVID thanks to Trump getting the COVID vaccine booster. Or some crazy shit, maybe. That one I'm just spitballing, but I'm trying to find ways they'll mental gymnastics around it. But the sad reality is they're not even going to bother trying. They're just going to be like Gunther here and just be like the good little NPC drone that's like, anything Trump does is great. Can't wait to swallow more Trump meat. Even though it goes completely against all of the things he was talking about. Like, so many people that were talking about the jab and how evil it is and all of that are now celebrating that Trump got it. It's just so obvious. It's so blatant. Like fucking cat turd. I don't think I've seen anything from him on Trump getting the jab here. Just radio silence, just crickets. It's just ignore things that make you have to think. That is the cult mentality of MAGA. Anything Trump does is perfect. Anything that makes me think that maybe there's something else there, I shut out. I plug my ears to. It is fucking horrifying. Trump is now building a Qatari Air Force base in Idaho. Trump has accepted a huge $400 million Wumbo Turbo Superstar jet from Qatar. It's a crazy gift. That's one hell of a donation there. I don't want to toss the B word around too lightly here, the bribe nomenclature, but I mean, definitely smells a little fishy over here with that, especially in regards to what came soon after. He then signed a $5.5 billion deal with Qatar for a Trump golf course. Yippee, that's great for the American people. More Trump wealth that he accumulates here through this deal. And now he is putting a Qatar Air Force base on our homeland soil. America first, right? Yeah, it's really America first thinking right there. Yeah, and then I've already seen the cope about how actually no, this is a joint training procedure. This is something that we do all the time, actually. And I saw JD, My Chemical Romance Vance talking today about like how it's actually just all fake news and stuff. Even though they have literally verbatim point blank said exactly what this deal is, and he is just denying that. So not even the administration is in agreement on their talking points right now. It's a fucking mess. And still, people are so brainwashed and mind controlled that they'll just accept it and be like, this is great. This is America first, actually, to put this Qatar Air Force base in Idaho. That's actually exactly what I wanted. And then Trump always finds a way to surprise me with some crazy schizo posting late at night. So his most recent one is, the Biden FBI placed 274 agents into the crowd on January 6th. If this is so, which it is, a lot of very good people will be owed big apologies. What a scam! Do something! President DJT. There is so much wrong with that. I think he forgot to take his suppositories because holy shit, Trump was president on January 6th. Biden did not control the FBI. But you know what? Let's play ball here and dive into a fucking fever dream, a fantasy. Let's say Joseph Biden set down his ice cream, cracked his knuckles, and assumed direct control of the FBI on January 6th and placed all of these agents in here just as Trump says. Well, why don't you do something about it? You are the president. Who are you asking to do something? God? Batman? Like, who are you trying to call? Who are you trying to summon to do something? You are the president. So if this is real, why aren't you doing anything? This is a classic President DJT maneuver here, the entire administration really, where they're like, all of these crimes from the Democrats, all of these absolutely abhorrent, vile crimes that the Democrats have done. No more playing nice, no more Mr. Nice Guy. We're showing our teeth, we're baring our fangs, and we're gonna get something done about it. And then nothing. It's all just posturing. It's all performative. It is a game, and they are playing you. They're preying upon your gullibility and your your inclination to be afraid, to constantly keep you in fear, because when you are afraid and when you are convinced that the other side is doing all of these things to get you, you are so fucking easy to control. You're so malleable. That's why they're playing that shit in the airports now about how, like, the Democrats are Satan and all of that. If you have all of this overwhelming evidence that you claim to have about all of these crimes and all of this shit that the Democrats have done, why have you done nothing? You would be just as guilty in that case. What is the quote? The only thing it takes for evil to succeed is for good men to do nothing? Well, if you know that all of this evil is happening from the Democrats and you're doing nothing, you're just as guilty. Like, this is so clearly obvious to anyone that's thinking for more than 5 fucking seconds. And you don't even need to be thinking for 5 seconds to see this new Truth Social stinker here that he squeaked out as anything other than just a sham. Like, this should just be alarming into the mental decline of Trump. He was president on January 6th. He controlled the FBI. Not Biden. Biden was probably out riding his bike to a fucking twisty treat. I don't think he was down there as the puppet master pulling the strings, putting FBI agents in January 6th. It is so crazy, and yet people will just swallow it. They will swallow any shit that Trump feeds them happily, even when they know it's something bad. Like Ted Cruz saying that he got into Congress 13 years ago solely to represent the interests of Israel. He is an American politician who openly states that he is here for Israel. That, again, like I said, feels treasonous to me. And I imagine most people in a different time period would feel the same, but because of how tribalistic politics has become, if you're a big MAGA enthusiast, Trump supporter, you have to somehow just hand wave that and support it because that's what you're told you need to do. Even though anyone should be able to hear that and be concerned. Why does Israel have such a huge stranglehold on the American political landscape and such a massive say-so in how American companies do their business? And why do they even have, like, the ability to start making demands about what needs to be censored in regards to their atrocities on American platforms? It would be alarming to everyone if the political sphere wasn't just, I have to support everything from this side no matter what. It is fucking scary. Now, I do want to make a mention of something. It's not all horrible, awful news. There's actually a ceasefire going on right now. And I can only pray that it sticks. With Netanyahu, you never really fucking know. But I can only keep my fingers crossed and pray for the absolute best for the Palestinians and hope that going forward, the people of Gaza will no longer need to fear being massacred by Netanyahu's IDF. Now, I know I said at the beginning of the video, the focus of this was going to be on the crypto collapse and the super lucky guy that happened to make $190 million going against all rational thinking and against all the odds. Truly a miracle. But I couldn't help myself. This is just so preposterous. But now, let's finally dive into the crypto collapse. CoffeeZilla made a video going over this. It's extremely well put together, so I'm going to be showing you some clips of that as we talk about it.
I don't even know what this is. I think this is all legal, kind of. I don't think it should be, as you'll see.
Thing is, even if it wasn't legal, it wouldn't matter. There will be no justice pursued regardless, because I think it's pretty clear that whoever this is, they are part of Trump's inner circle of cronies, and they had this knowledge beforehand, what was coming, and it doesn't take a genius to recognize that imposing these huge tariffs on China was going to have a huge effect on the market. So it was a pretty easy opportunity for them to short with that knowledge in mind and make an unbelievable amount of money. Again, if it is legal, it shouldn't be, like CoffeeZilla says, but even if it isn't legal, it won't matter, because they're not going to do anything about it.
But the question is, what did this guy know? Okay, how did somebody make $190 million while everyone else was losing their shirts yesterday? If you don't know, there was one of the biggest crashes we've ever seen in crypto. And someone came in 24 hours before and started placing shorts against the market. Short is just when you bet that the underlying asset is going to go down in price and you will make money on that. Now, this all started October 9th. At 1639 GMT time, they start accumulating this Bitcoin short.
So T-minus 24 hours until the rest of the world knows this information about the impending tariffs. They come in with $80 million that they start shorting Bitcoin with. That is not like a gamble or anything. That feels like they knew for sure something was going to happen. That is a crazy amount to come out of nowhere with. to short Bitcoin.
Now, the amount is unusual, but that itself is not the unusual part. Then we have Ethereum starts to get shorted at 349 GMT. Interesting. $30 million gets deposited into this account. Immediately start placing major bets that the market is going to go down. Why is this significant? Well, because at 1457, this is only a few hours later, like 12 hours later, Trump posts on Truth Social that they are calculating a massive increase on Chinese tariffs.
Zoinks. That's really lucky. This account comes out of nowhere, swinging huge numbers, slinging big time fucking doubloons here on these shorts. And then shortly after, well, it looks like something might be happening to the market here with these potential tariffs that they're calculating.
Where I think this goes from suspicious to downright diabolical is the fact that at this point, the market dips a little bit because you have these threats of tariffs. But the person does not start closing out their shorts yet.
No, that's not weird. This trader's just got diamond hands. What? He's not going to close out his position based off of just that one tweet there. No, that wouldn't make any sense. He's just got strong paws to really grip onto his positions here.
Which I think is very interesting. If you place this huge short bet and then the president tweets something like this, you would think you would close out your order. But not only do they not do that, not only do they not close out their short, they continue to place short bets against Bitcoin. In fact, this person continues to short Bitcoin all the way up till 2049.23 GMT. Why is that significant, ladies and gentlemen? It's because 2049 is the last short he places, okay? 2050 GMT. A minute later, 1 minute later, Trump announces they're considering an 100% tariff on China, which of course tanks the market. And this person makes literally $190 million in 24 hours.
Then over the course of the next half hour, they close out all of their shorts and they cash out big time jackpot. Wow, did they get lucky or what, huh? Man, I cannot believe the coinky-dink there. Shorting all the way up until 1 minute before Trump's tweet. Geez, some guys have all the luck. You would actually need to be the biggest fucking stupidest troglodyte on the planet to think that this was just like a lucky, miracle trade here from this individual. This is clearly someone that had information about what was coming. The speculation is that it's Barron Trump. There's a lot of people that are providing their loose evidence that it's Barron. Nothing's confirmed on who this is, and I don't think there will ever be confirmation on who this was. But it doesn't take a galaxy brain 5-digit IQ genius to see this and recognize that the only way that something like this happens is if that person had prior knowledge of what was coming. There is no other explanation for it. So while everyone else lost tons of money, some people lost everything. This crash was so colossal that some people took their own lives because of it. The only way that someone went totally against the grain all the way up until 1 minute before the fucking, bomb dropped from Trump here is if they knew it was coming. Like, it's just, I think it is so clear. And the only way you could possibly think anything else is if you're already brainwashed and mind controlled and stuck in a cult mentality. I really don't know what it will take to snap people out of this. The people that are just so far gone and willing to deny all the evidence of their eyes and ears, that they're constantly being told that they need to. Following these orders of just deny everything that you see and hear from this administration and everything going on. I don't know how you bring them back into being able to think. Actually be able to think. It's fucking terrifying. It's actually extremely scary. So yeah, I wanted to yap about this morning. That's really about it. So yeah. What do you think about Jaylen Brown reacting to his Game 7 performance? Apparently it's a hot take, but I love that shit. I think it's great. I don't necessarily agree that there was an agenda against him or anything, but I do love that. Who else is saying it though? Legend. Oh, about flopping? Yeah, I saw his clip on stream about flopping ruining the game. I completely agree. And I've talked about this a lot, but I will say, Jalen, he has also flopped a time or two. So right message, maybe not the right messenger. Why blame flopping when they had the 3-1 lead? Oh, that's not the reason they lost the series. I disagree with that entirely. The sentiment, though, of flopping ruining the game, I agree with, though. Broad strokes. The constant foul baiting, miserable. You think the Lakers will still make it? Brother, I like I said, I thought they were going to get swept by the Rockets. I am shocked they won the series. I don't think they go any further. I think it's genuinely impossible for them to go any further, but it is crazy they won the series. And playing out of their minds for what they have. No, for sure. Like, they earned it. They played well. There's a reason they won the series. I'm just beyond shocked, and I know there's no way they can keep going. It's just not going to happen. Why was it shocking? They have a good team and good coach. The Rockets are not amazing, especially without KD. It wasn't surprising at all. I disagree, though. I think the Rockets, even without KD, are fine. At least better than the Lakers without Reeves or Luka. So I thought it was very surprising. Though Luka did come back, so... Reeves did come back, so... that helped, but... even still, they were already up. I thought they were getting swept before he ever even had a chance to come back. I know Lakers winning is tragic. Oh, don't get it twisted. I actually would love to see them somehow make the miracle run. It would be the most unlikely of circumstances. Geriatric LeBron leading the Lakers to a fucking championship would be crazy. No Luka. Reeves is back, so I guess maybe it's like somewhat almost conceivable. I just don't think it's possible. Clearly forgetting Bronny, bro. He's the future. I feel so bad for him, man. Well, it's hard to feel bad for him. He got an incredible contract and gets to go to the NBA, even though he wasn't NBA ready. But he gets clowned on like I have never seen before. He's in this limbo where he's a little better than most of the players in the G League, but he's not good enough to be on the same caliber as NBA players, so he's in this like really tough limbo. And he just gets fucking torched for it. Being Bronny would suck. How do you even live up to that? Let's not get carried away. It wouldn't suck to be Bronny. Brother, what do you mean? He gets to play in the NBA. He gets millions of dollars. It would not suck to be Bronny. Yeah, you get made fun of. Oh well. Look at how successful you still are. It wouldn't suck to be Bronny. I'm just saying, he does get torched in a big fucking way. He shot a 3-pointer last game, didn't go in, but he tried it. Hey man, we had the father-son oop. He's had a couple moments. When he's in the G League, he does well. That's what I'm saying, man. He's kind of like McLung in that regard, where G League superstars, well, more so McLung than Bronny, but even still, he overperforms in the G League, but just can't perform in the NBA when he gets his minutes. Same thing happened with McLung. But I think McLung still has like an actual shot at being a contributor in the NBA. I haven't quite seen it from Bronny yet. McLung deserves to be in the NBA. His stats are really good. They gave him a shot. He did get pulled up to the NBA, and I thought he did fine. I thought overall McLung's performance when he did get some minutes in the league was solid. Yes, it wasn't like earth-shattering or anything, but I thought it was very solid, and you can definitely build off that, but then just gets fucking relegated back to the G League. I genuinely think he has the ability to do it. Like, I think he could. Need to play defense in the NBA, unfortunately not all about stats. Well, bah humbug. I mean, yeah. Do you think Jokic is overrated? You insane? No, I don't think that, man. I know things got a little stinky, but I don't think he's overrated. Who's your GOAT? Allen Iverson. AI. I wish there were more talents like Allen Iverson in the modern ball game. Well, you just don't see that shit anymore. That is a dead breed. He was different, man. He was different. First time in a long time I've heard someone say they love AI. How? Allen Iverson is still like one of the most beloved players in the game. I feel like that's not like a rare perspective. Allen Iverson still has a massive following of enthusiasts. Oh, he was making a pun. Oh, I got too deep into the basketball talk, whatever. My bad, man. You like LaMelo? I don't dislike LaMelo. I don't watch a ton of his performances, though. I've only got to tune into a few of his more recent games. So I don't have like the strongest perspective on him, but I definitely don't dislike him. You see the clip of him hitting a 3-point instead of a layup? Yeah, and for some reason, I saw people like ate him alive for it. I thought he made the right call. I'm assuming it'll just come up with this because it was pretty recent.
7.5 to play in the second quarter. Here's a steal for LaMelo. It's a foot race. LaMelo ball. No, he didn't. Passed up the 2.
Like, I think that's legitimately the right call. He's being chased down by a defender. There's a chance that layup gets fucking swatted. Just take the open 3. He's a good shooter. Like, I think that's 1000% the right call there. And for some reason, people were like, that's what's wrong with the game! All 3-pointers! It's like, okay, I can understand that, because I do agree to a certain extent. That's a bad example of it, because that was the right play. You remember LaMelo's 92-point game? Oh, the high school game where they were triple teaming him and he was still dropping fucking buckets? Yeah, I remember when that blew up online. He was gonna get his shit swatted if he went up for the layup. That's what I'm saying, man. 1000%, that's what I'm saying. I'm an OKC fan, you still fuck with me? Brother, I don't care if you like the Thunder. That's fine, man. I'm just not a SGA advocate. He's way too talented to foul bait as much as he does. Egregious. It's awful. It's such a highlight watcher take. No, man. It's not. I understand the stats. He doesn't go to the line as much as someone like... Even Luka. Luka sometimes goes to the line more often. But the way SGA foul baits on literally everything is fucking terrible. I hate it. I hate it. That sounds like a stat watcher take. Actually watching his games are just not fun. I watch every single OKC game. You've watched none, I bet. So you're a huge Thunders fan. A huge Thunder fan. So you have a clear bias blind spot for it, man. But you're right. I don't actively try and watch Thunder games. I have to watch them when they play teams I actually want to watch. So I'm forced to watch SGA. I also watch every Lakers game, and Luka is worse. It's just agreeing to disagree. As I just said, like, even if you look at the stats, Luka does go to the line more. Like, you are correct. But you can also just say, that's bad too, right? You're deflecting that to a whataboutism, but you can just say both are not fun. Like, I still like Luka, but I do agree. Especially in recent times, he's been much more of a flopper, and it's a shame. I wish it wasn't making that part of his bag as much. It's becoming just way too commonplace for all these extremely talented players to foul bait at all times. It's just more beneficial to foul bait happen to soccer too. I know. It's not a mystery why they do it. The league needs to change it. The players aren't. That's a league thing that needs to change. How does it even get changed though? Like you would need proof it's not a foul? There's been a couple of good ideas that have floated around over the last couple of years. There's definitely ways to do it. I don't think it's going to happen. I don't see it happening, but it's not like it's an unsolvable problem. It's a penalty in hockey to embellish. Brother, I love hockey. I think hockey does fucking everything right. It is such a good sport to watch. Yeah, that's why no one watches hockey. That's a crime. It's a damn shame. Especially going to hockey games. Like, I went to the Stadium Series game for the Lightning recently. The only bad thing was how fucking cold it was. But that was an incredible game. Every Lightning game I've gone to has been amazing. And then tonight it all went to shit, unfortunately, but it happens. Why? How cold is it at hockey games? The Stadium Series was outside. They did it at Raymond James. And it was extremely cold. It was like low 30s, which is like fucking freezing temperatures in Tampa. That one was outside. That's why it was so cold. The actual hockey arenas are a really good temperature. Just the perfect amount of chilly. Well, I guess I can only say for Amalie Arena. Who's the shortest NBA player? Currently or all-time? All-time would have to be Muggsy, right? Spud Webb? No, Muggsy's shorter than Spud, I'm pretty sure. Muggsy was 5'3". I think Spud Webb was taller. Yep, Muggsy was 5'3". Spud Webb was 5'7". Spud Webb was my height. You have a chance. I've always said that, man. I've still definitely got a chance to make it in the league. I'm just waiting for my contract. Nate Robinson was short too, and he won the dunk contest 3 times. Nate Robinson, I'm pretty sure, is 5'10". So he's still taller than me. Actually, Nate Robinson might even... No, maybe he is a little short. Let me see. How tall is Nate Robinson? 5'9". So a little bit taller than me. Yuki plays while also being 5'7". True! Yuki's great. Here, hold on. I always root for him.
He saw Brandon Ingram look at the screen. Said, I'm going to pull the trigger before your eyes get back to me.
Nice poke away from behind. 3-on-2. Behind the bag. Buzelis with the lefty lay off the beautiful feed from...
He's got you by an inch. Yeah, it's fine, though. I want Yuki to be good so bad. I think Yuki's good. I don't think he's going to actually have, like, a strong career or anything in the league. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he'll find a nice position as a role player. Maybe he'll come into his own. But I don't think it'll ever be over, like, just simple role player. You think you could last a full game? Oh, easily, bro. I actively play pickup. And we go longer than normal NBA games. We go for hours. I ain't worried about that. Brother, you vomited during the presidential fitness test. That was after a big meal, and that was before we started getting back into playing basketball actively. That doesn't count. That should be good. Alright. Ooh, the ankles are feeling good.
There we go. There we go.
Rejuvenated.
Gotta give the old ankle some time to cool down. Wow. Ow.
Ow. Ow. I ended up going outside and puking into the storm drain.